God don't know you, you can annoy shit. Anyways, happy new week. Good morning. Oh, we're in June. It's June.
Yes.
There's no excitement. Oh, it's my birthday in 2 months, actually. That's sweet. Anyways, it's Monday the 3rd of June. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And as always, you have the best hosts. We'll let you know who we are.
It's your boy, 6 foot plus of pure temptation. Big Marsh from the east side of the bridge. Good morning, people.
Good morning. As always, your favourite shade queen, my own royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst. Melanin jam-packed.
TDA what?
Producer.
What?
Producer.
I thought you said TDA producer and news.
Producer. And what?
News analyst.
Yeah.
Nah, before that, it sounded like you said TDA produce certain news. I said...
All this time?
No.
Oh,
You've always
just
said, I
now.
thought you changed it now. So I said, like,
no.
What happened over the weekend?
No.
Too late. You're stuck with that. You can't change it. Brent, are you up in here?
Morning. How
are
are
you?
you?
I'm good,
blessed
thank you.
and highly favored.
Wonderful.
Did you
In
manage to
sync.
go to the receipts last show?
No, I didn't. My lash tech actually asked, but I didn't have a ticket. I didn't get a ticket. But I also had yoga. So I asked my gym, right, for more yoga sessions with one particular, big up Dominic, right, with one particular instructor. And then when it started, I was gallivanting Lagos, gallivanting Portugal and whatnot. So my Friday nights, I'm now a gym girl. I'm committed. I have nothing else to do anyway, so that's where I'm at. But it looks amazing, though. Looks amazing. All right, you ain't got much to say about it. How you guys doing?
Were you there?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you was there, yeah?
Yeah.
So?
Jordan hosted it, right?
Yeah.
Big up Jordan Stevens.
All the time.
Jordan. Bristle kicks.
Oh.
You do this every single time. Yeah, you don't know his full
I
name.
said, who's Jordan again?
Who's Jordan again?
I literally did it every time you say his name as well. Nah, pick out Jordan. He's sick.
Wait a minute, it's Christy's birthday today.
Ah.
Really? On her birthday? Actually, more than ever.
It's fitting.
It is fitting.
She looked beautiful.
Oh no, it's her son's birthday. Sorry.
I'll take that back then.
Yeah, you gotta take it back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little one. It was not for you. Someone said happy birthday, Christy. No, my bad. I completely forgot that. I missed it to him. I just said happy birthday. And then Christy's in caps, so I just thought, oh my gosh. My bad, girl. Happy birthday to your son there. Big up you.
Happy birthday.
Big up you. Well, I made a scene for no reason. Yeah.
That's all right.
That's all right. That's what life is about sometimes. Everyone good there? Everyone have a good weekend?
It's
Sun was out.
my brother's birthday tomorrow.
Brother's birthday tomorrow. Oh, that's sweet.
4th of June.
Love that.
What did you ask?
How's your weekend?
Oh, it was cool, man.
The sun was out.
It was decent. Well, one of the
sun
days.
was
One
decent.
of the days raining.
Yeah, Saturday was rude. Sunday. No, it wasn't. It didn't rain on Saturday. I had brunch on Saturday. Oh, I had my first brunch of the season. Gosh, I love my lychee martini. Anyway, yeah, Saturday was like, it wasn't sunny. Sunday though,
Yeah.
oh honey, sun was out. Sun was out, so did, no, I was gonna say sun was out. So did people. That was fun. Yeah. Do you know what happened to me yesterday? So you know the Blackwall Tunnel was closed, right? You know they do one weekend on off wherever. Remember where I got my ticket last time when the Blackwall Tunnel was closed?
Oh,
and I came up here for Caribbean roast, and then I was trying to go for Rubber Hive. I was stuck in traffic for 3 hours. That whole crap. Cool. Yesterday I was going to O2 for lunch. My girl, big up my babes dolls. So I live fairly close to the O2. I could drive there, my eyes shut. But I just thought because you know O2's got 4 car parks.
Yeah.
So I thought, let me put the restaurant name so that I can be directed to the right car park. Do you mean proximity-wise?
one,
I don't have leg work to be wasting. Cool. I'm on what is that? That long stretch before you get to the Blackwall Tunnel, that road.
Yeah.
And then the first exit, which I know, but I was like, okay, maybe it's taking me to another exit. Fair. Then the second exit, for me to get off at Greenwich, he didn't tell me, he said to me, keep going 0.4 miles before I turn left. I said, okay, fair. Maybe Waze knows something that I clearly don't.
Oh, it drove you through the tunnel?
I was in East London. Do you know the worst thing?
Man.
So when the Blackwall Tunnel is closed, when you're coming southbound, that's the lanes they use for you to go eastbound, right? So obviously because the tunnel is closed, I can't just turn around. Do you know what my sat nav said? 1 hour and 35 minutes.
Come on, man.
I live 20 minutes away from the O2.
Joke.
I was fuming.
You didn't do that.
I promise you. I was meant to get to the O2 at 3:25. I got there like 5:30. I got there 5:30. I was back in the spot where I got a flipping ticket last time. I was livid. I got a good friend and she waited for me. We're on the phone all that time. But then once she was like, I said, how far away was I? Like 40 minutes. She thought I said 14. I said, no, 40. I couldn't believe my life.
Horrible.
And then do you know what's mad as well? My grandma honestly has always said to me, I've said it on the show before, she always says, never leave to tomorrow what you can do today. I have been topping up my petrol for the past 3 days. I was on my last legs. And I don't like stress. So what am I supposed to do if my car died because I had no petrol? And then obviously it's hot as well. So I had to use my AC.
I would have aborted that mission. That mission wouldn't have.
No, food was great. No, because I had my friend waiting. So I was like, but I said, if it takes too long, I don't mind that she can go home, innit? Because I felt really, really bad just having her waiting that long. But then it was like, you know when you just go through so much effort, at this point it's like, it might as well, man. Like I spent 1 hour and 30 minutes. What's the last 15 minutes gonna do? Fuming I was.
Crazy.
Food was nice though.
I would have. Where did you go?
Went to a place called, let me actually get the name. It's in the O2, I never knew it was there. They do really nice desserts and the burger was banging. I've wanted a burger since. It's called Horte Dolce. It's really nice. So they basically do like a lot of desserts, banging desserts. But then they also have like the food, they have like bits of food here and there. So I got a burger, very nice. Very nice. And they do like, and it's like halal, so you got mocktails.
Okay.
Banging. I had this strawberry drink. Wonderful scenes. It's really nice though. So the food was worth it then because I thought after all this and the food is dead, I'm fighting somebody. I was so upset. Because when my thing said over 1 hour, I honestly thought it was a glitch in the system. I was like, I'm never listening to Waze again. You're an idiot.
Google Maps, man. It's
Yeah, but
better.
Google Maps is... actually, I feel like Google Maps probably would have got me there. Probably
No
would've.
chance.
Do you think we would have made the same mistake?
I don't know about the mistake. Who's?
Because why did Waze do that? There's 2 ways to get to Greenwich. There's 2 exits. So why did you tell me there was a 3rd one when there wasn't?
Are you sure it told you to drive through the tunnel?
I promise you it did. No. It didn't tell me to drive through the tunnel. I think what it is just before you get into the tunnel. Oh, there is. Just before you get into the tunnel, there's an exit. But I don't think that someone had reported that the Blackwall Tunnel was closed yesterday. So it was telling me to go that way. Then it started rerouting when obviously I was stuck.
Yeah.
I don't think Google Maps is good like that. Google Maps is good for like walking.
Yeah,
No.
Google Maps is great for walking.
I think Google Maps wouldn't have led you down that path.
Do you think maybe someone would have reported on Google
Yeah.
Maps that it was closed? But someone didn't. No one reported on Waze. I'm on invisible mode, so I can't report things on Waze. Anyway.
I don't like Waze. So.
Waze, I feel like Waze always gives me shorter time. Like I would drive through someone's back garden if I have to. Waze would tell you to all the little places you didn't know exist. Sometimes it's taking me through dark because I have to lock my door and pray to Jesus and turn my music down. I'm like, where the hell am I? Then I end up on the high street. I'm like, look at that. Yeah, man, I was really upset. But anyway, it was a good lunch though. All right, comments. There's quite a few to get through. Okay, Belinda, big up Belinda, says, Margs and E-Man, Trump didn't get a damn thing done here in America. The only thing he did was embolden racists to be racist out in the open. All he gave us was anxiety with his daily stupid tweets.
Not true.
Okay.
He lowered employment. Employment was the lowest. Wages was rising. What else?
You know, funny
Middle
this is that
class
you're-
family income increased.
Do you know how
Yeah.
fun? You guys are jokers. Do you know why you're jokers? You are telling a resident, like someone who lives there, that no,
I'm
it
just
was
telling you-
better. You
I'm
don't,
just
you
telling
don't go
She's
there.
being biased, man.
Y'all don't even go there.
No, but and obviously it's not necessarily all good because stats could be massaged for whoever's using them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Could it?
No,
It's
stats can be massaged for whoever's using them to make them look how they want, but there's certain things that happened under his tenure that are true. Employment levels was low.
How do you know? Were you looking for a job in America?
Huh?
Were you looking for a job in America?
No, because I was
Yeah,
watching. It came up. The information came to me.
It's true.
Belinda, when it's election time in UK, I want you to tell these people that Rishi Sunak and Boris and all them, Theresa May and who's the one that quit for like 2 seconds? This trust.
Trust.
All of them were good for them, right? You do the same, match the same energy.
No, but when they're going forward and they're saying, well, boy, Rishi, the inflation rate dropped. Like, these are things that happened.
Yeah, after
innit?
he put it up. You don't get credit for fixing shit that you broke. Like, what are we talking about? Anyways, Mark says, at Marks, don't let them small you up. John been barking for the kid. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? What's a John and who's been barking? Is barking like a slang?
One
You're
second.
just saying the babies want it, man.
Also, he spelled my name wild.
1 second, people.
He wasn't sure if he wanted to spell Esther or Easter, and he just mixed them together.
He says, "Don't let them small you up." John being barking for the kid. Esther
Is this to do with,
Toronto.
Is this to do with the when we're talking about the dilemma?
Long distance.
I think this is to do with like dilemma when you're acting as though you have the same struggles as the average man in London, getting women. Well, what's smalling you up? Anything we're bigging you up.
John's been barking for the kid. I get what he's saying, yeah, because usually I was moving like to say it was only because of my clout why I got a guy, and he's saying
Oh, he said no, like
they've been
it's more than that.
it's longer than you know what I'm saying.
No, definitely.
I believe that's where it's coming from. Come on, Killy, I respect it.
Well, Killy, so. And then he says Esther. My name is spelled Esther. He said Easthe. That's so chaotic. He says pull up to no behavior Toronto. Are you in Toronto?
I'm going over there in July.
Sick. Pull up to no behavior Toronto. Are you okay with long distance? First of all, you need to ungasp.
What's the gas for?
I'm not.
It's so weird,
Isn't it?
I know why you said that, but as one of our good patrons in Canada,
Yeah.
You're so dumb.
reunion time. Straight. That is good, man.
Nathan Brown says 11 years with someone you've never lived with clearly indicates he doesn't want to commit. What are you supposed to live together when you're 13 years old? You are strict, man. Come live with me. Sorry, let me read again. This went left. All right, let me read again. Nathan Brown says 11 years with someone you've never lived with clearly indicates he doesn't want to commit. This is to do with one of the dilemmas on Friday. Come live with me and come see me are two different things. Fair. I thought Nathan was telling her to come live with him. Yeah, come live with me and come see me is different, but some of us don't want to live with men before we get married, so let's save the surprise for when it's too late for me to back out. Badria Salim 89 says, when he touched on the East African, West African and Caribbean issue, I believe this is Daryl Blake, pick up Daryl Blake every single time. When he touched on the East African, West African and Caribbean issue, my heart was full. I hope all black people can unite and stand together. There's one common enemy and it's not the black people. Word. Lynn M32 says, what an amazing episode. Thank you so much for giving Daryl the space to educate us. I am amazed at how much info we don't know about our so-called blackness. Lynn, me and you and me both. Ro says, blackness is not antiquated as it means deriving from Africa. Even the pictures of blackness around the world genetically, they all come out of Africa, my Africanness. Love that for you. Nate Rager says, amazing episode. Margs, the timing, there she goes, disagreeing with us again, was 10 out of 10. That was 10 out of 10. That was great. Love that. All right, thank you guys for leaving comments. Appreciate it. Let's get into our headlines.
All right, guys. So our first headline, of course, is about Miss Diane Abbott. And she has said that she intends to run and win as Labour's candidate in Hackney North and Stoke Newton, following speculation that she may choose to stand down. Ms Abbott, who was last week, told that she would be allowed to stand for Labour after months of uncertainty, also denied that she had been offered a seat in the House of Lords in the event that if she chooses to retire. There's been questions over Ms Abbott's future in the Labour Party ever since she was suspended from the party last year for suggesting that Jewish, Irish and traveller people experience prejudice rather than racism. The comments, which she apologised for, sparked a long-running process which saw her sit as an independent MP. As backlash against Ms Abbott's exclusion gained momentum, Sir Keir Starmer initially said that no decision had been made regarding her future, before later going on to confirm that she will be free to stand for the party in a seat that she has held for nearly 40 years. His decision meant that Labour's ruling body, the National Executive Committee, was set to approve Ms Abbott's candidacy at a crunch meeting on Tuesday. And our next headline takes us to an update on the Israel and Gaza conflict. The US government has every expectation that Israel will accept a ceasefire proposal that will begin with a 6-week cessation of hostilities in Gaza if Hamas takes the deal. This according to the National Security Council spokesman John Kirby. The 3-part plan unveiled by the President Joe Biden last week would also be a surge of humanitarian aid as well as an exchange of some hostages for Palestinian prisoners before a permanent end to the war. The proposal, however, has met with vocal opposition from some members of Israel's government, with 2 far-right Israeli ministers threatening to quit and collapse the country's governing coalition if Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu agrees to this deal. The negotiations come as fighting continues in Rafah, which came under intense Israeli airstrikes over the weekend. And the last headline is that the Conservatives have promised to amend the Equality Act to ensure the protected characteristic of sex is defined as biological sex. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said that the safety of women and girls meant that current confusion around definitions of sex and gender cannot be allowed to continue. The Tories say that their election pledge will make it simpler for service providers for women and girls, such as those running sessions for domestic abuse victims, to stop biological males from taking part. Labour, the Lib Dems and the Scottish National Party, the SNP, have not yet commented on the proposals, but under the plans, existing protections for transgender people would remain. The party says that since the Act was introduced in 2010, it has not kept up with evolving interpretations of sex and gender. Some interpret sex as strictly referring to biological sex, while others believe it applies to people with a gender recognition certificate, which is a legal document that allows someone to change their legal sex on their birth certificate. The Conservatives, this is what he said, believe that making this change in law will enhance protections in a way that respects the privacy and dignity of everyone in society. And that's it for the headlines. That particular headline, I want to ask you guys something about it in Topic of the Day.
Okay, wonderful. Let's get into it then.
Quick thing, before we actually get into the main topic of the day, which isn't going to be a very long one. It's just going to be about, I guess, how you guys choose to vote. Because obviously we're going to be talking about everything to do with the elections right before the 4th of July. But remember that guy, Fauci, Dr. Anthony Fauci, the guy who's basically behind the whole COVID rules, and he was one of the main figures in America, right, that was pushing this whole COVID thing, right? But you remember him, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, something's come out now which reveals that he made up the whole 6-foot social distancing thing.
Of course he did, though. Everything was made up about COVID because no one knew anything. They didn't understand what was happening. They didn't understand anything about it. So, yeah, I feel like COVID was a let's see what everything that we can try. We didn't know how contagious it was. We didn't know people for longest time before it was airborne. People thought it was when you touch something, it's when you did it. So yeah, that's fair.
Do you kind of give them grace then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Because it's not like it's something that happened before and someone should have written notes and kept a case file on it, and then the case files weren't filed properly, so we lost all the information. It was a new thing, so we had to try everything that we could and just watch numbers and see how the numbers respond to the new things that are implemented. So I'm not mad at that.
Okay. Margs, Brent, what's your thoughts on that? Do you feel like you are somewhat cheated, or do you kind of give grace and be like, okay, cool, at the end of the day?
Sorry. It's just when you said someone cheated, yeah, it's funny because you should be standing to people that close to people anyway. No one should be standing that close to people anyway. I wish they would bring that regulation back because people be piggybacking me in the shops these days. And like, can you move? I can feel your breath in my ear.
What about masks?
Yeah, because some of you be coughing on the underground and stuff. It's nasty, man.
So you finish it in the back?
Yeah, man. But not for everybody though. Not for me. Yo.
So you're saying he made up the distancing stuff?
Yeah.
What, just
made it up. Yeah.
Social distancing just because?
Oh, the thing.
Did it. It's crazy.
Yeah, but really, we knew anyway.
But this is the reason why I brought it to the people, because obviously everyone in the room, we knew, right? But many people outside the room were acting as though people who think like the people in the room were crazy.
No, but they're crazy because all you had to do was so basically social distancing was working like this, yeah? You could go out. You remember when, so first of all, the social distancing was working at the start. It made sense because all it said was just be these many meters apart. That was fine. Tesco's, the whole car park was clear because we're all in the queue. That's fair. It was when they started to do the eat out to help out and whatnot. And then you can be on the same table. If we arrive together, different households, we can be on the same table. But I can't go over there to collect a pencil from you.
Yep.
Even though the people I'm on the table with are strangers who've been elsewhere. So I feel like it was at that point we should have clocked that this is some foolishness. It wasn't making sense when it came to like the restaurants and clubs and stuff opening. It didn't make sense. It's like, you can go walking with your friend, but don't stand too close to them. What? Where the breeze is blowing the COVID right in my throat. So that's the point people should have known that Yeah, y'all are winging this.
Yeah, the mask, all of this stuff. It weren't really gonna, like the way particles work and thing.
That's not it.
It weren't really gonna protect.
Wash
us
your hands
from
out to happy birthday songs. That's not how it works.
But it just shows that they really captured the minds of people, though. You know what I mean? Because people would fight you for it. People would be like, oh, no. You know what I'm saying? Where's your mask? And get all, you know what I'm saying? Like, get
people are
excited.
like, you're so selfish.
Yeah, get the vaccine, do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? So when you're now hearing this now, do you feel like this is going to maybe make people more aware? Or do you feel like those who believed last time are just going to keep believing next time too?
Yeah, they just believe whatever the people them told them, man. To some people, that's just the way they're set up, innit?
I think it was good to believe the stuff that they were telling us there, because I didn't. They have access to resources and stuff like that, and like reports that the average human doesn't. So I don't think that all the stuff should have been ignored anyway. Like stuff like keeping safe distance, putting on your mask. Like no one knew. Like no one had the answer. So it's not killing you to try it. Well,
Yeah.
Nah, they're full of shit.
debatable.
So you mean to tell me that if we sit here on this table and they sit there on that table, as long as we stay on our tables, we're fine while we're in this enclosed space.
Do you know what's funny though?
Breathing and that.
Do you know what's funny? We've got the same waiter.
Do you get what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
We've got the same
Exactly.
waiter.
And this is the disease that's got the whole country in a chokehold.
World.
You get me? Yeah, it's got the whole world in a crippling chokehold. But
That was mad though.
You have managed to sort it out just by
Breathing
physical distance.
breathing safe.
Yeah, no. We knew. Well, I knew anyway. That's why.
It's fine. You know, no, never mind. No mind. Just I forget who you are. I try to ask you questions, follow up questions. Nah,
I want to see if you guys, I guess people that's listening, feel like maybe if they still want to give grace or feel angered once I say this other stuff. So basically, the NIH, which is the National Institute of Health, they did a study, and basically what they said was that kids' learning loss and social setbacks have been well documented, right? They did a study calling the impact of mask use on students' literacy and learning very negative. So all of these things that would incorporate to kind of help us, right? That this guy has now admitted to just making up.
yeah.
Had a much more of an effect. It wasn't just an inconvenience. It actually affected kids' learning. It also, the impacts from social distance cause depression, generalized anxiety, acute stress, and intrusive thoughts.
How? How's wearing masks affecting the kids? Like, was it like depriving oxygen from going to their brains or something?
I don't know. I've not gone into the study, but just like the things that's been highlighted from this particular study from the National Institute of Health are saying that this is some of the consequences, especially when you think about the social distancing and the fact that we had to close the schools. You know what I'm saying?
But that was
had
needed
an
though.
effect.
Because them kids are dirty anyway for one. But then also they need to close schools because COVID. Them kids would have, if kids carried on going to school, that would have been the pandemic would still be going on.
I swear at first they said kids can't catch it, innit?
Yeah.
Yes.
The first one they said black people can't catch it.
Yeah.
Then they said one about black people didn't have it. And then I said, why are you acting as though you created this for black people? Then they said kids can't catch it. But obviously kids live with adults. Then they said old people were the first to go. The whole thing. They're winging it. I also feel like the reason why, this is my conspiracy, right? I don't know if it's allegedly, this is just my personal thoughts. I feel like the reason why they gave it to the old people was to see what the effects would be. And they're like, not in a rude way, but if we lost them, it's not the end of the world kind of thing. Because they're pensioners. So I feel like that's why they rolled out the vaccine to the old people first, to see what effects it would have. They were like the lab rats, unfortunately.
Didn't they say that the kids can carry it or something, but not affect them?
Yeah, but then the kids start having COVID and fighting for their lives, and then it was that whole thing. There was people's fetuses having COVID, you know.
Oh, was it?
There's people who are pregnant and they were in COVID and stuff, and they had COVID, and they started going worried about whether. Did I say something about pregnant women couldn't get? I don't know. But there's a bunch of rumors. I mean, there's people walking around their house with onions around their necks. So really and truly,
100%.
it was a time to try everything.
Yeah, 100%. They asked him, yeah. So they sat down with him and whatnot. They said, "Do you recall when discussions regarding kind of at least a 6 foot threshold began?" Right. The 6 foot in school, he responds, and he said that 6 foot overall. I mean, 6 foot was applied at businesses, and he said, yeah, it was applied in schools, it was applied here. At least how the messaging was applied was that 6 foot distancing was the distance that needed to be. And then he says, you know what? I don't recall. It sort of just appeared.
Okay, he's silly now.
That's what he said.
I'll give you grace, but don't act like you don't remember what you said that. You had the whole world doing 6 meters distancing. But also, even that's funny because they're moving like when the COVID gets to 6 meters is its capacity to travel. And once it gets to 6 meters,
Yeah.
I'm dying.
I mean, I get if you're saying, you know what, you just want to maybe reduce the intensity, which would then reduce the chances.
And that's what he should have said. I don't recall.
No, he was basically saying the discussions regarding that.
Yeah.
How we're going to come up with this 6-foot thing. He's saying, I don't recall having those discussions with anybody.
Okay, fair. So maybe he just came up by himself.
Yeah, he just said it just sort of appeared. He just made it up out of thin air.
To be fair though, I mean, I'm not mad at it. Because, like, I feel like it would have been definitely worse if people weren't 6 meters separated. Just bare touching each other and all that kind of stuff. Like, I like the restriction. I feel like those restrictions definitely helped. The whole cleaning down stuff and when you can't just touch things. Like, I feel like that was all very good. So I'm not even mad at him.
Okay. They asked him, did you see any studies that supported 6 feet? He said, I was not aware of studies that, in fact, that would be a very difficult study to do. Do you recall reviewing any studies or data supporting masking for children? He said, I might have, Mitch. That's the person who's speaking to him. But I don't recall specifically that I did. I might have. Then the question was, since there's been a lot of studies that have come out since the pandemic started, but specifically on this, there have been significant on the kind of like the learning loss and speech and development issues that have been associated, particularly young children wearing masks while they were growing up. They can't see their teachers talk and can't learn how to form words. So that's basically some of the implications of this, right? And then they asked him, have you followed any of those studies? He said no. But I believe that there are a lot of conflicting studies too. I still think it's up in the air. So yeah, it's just that this came out, was it today or yesterday? Yesterday. And I thought, you know what, let me just bring it to the people because this guy literally just made up stuff. Even the conspiracy theory stuff about the whole Wuhan thing, right? They asked him, just you sitting here today, do you think the possibility or the hypothesis that the coronavirus emerged from a lab accident is a conspiracy theory? He said, well, it's a possibility. I think people have made conspiracy aspects from it, and I think you have to separate the two when you keep an open mind that it could be a lab leak or it could be a natural occurrence. So I think that in and of itself isn't inherently a conspiracy theory, but some people spin off things from that are kind of crazy. The way this reads, because obviously it's kind of word for word. But yeah, man.
That was not a theory. It definitely came from a lab. A lot of diseases and viruses and stuff like that are man-made anyway, so...
Yes, unfortunately.
It came from a lab that he was funding. Yeah, I mean, he lied so much.
Yeah.
So much. And there were times when he was, I don't know whether it was in Congress or he was just in a hearing and he had to answer certain questions, where they discovered that the same lab in which it is that people were suggesting that it was leaked from in the first place. Because remember, there was a period of time when it was just saying it was from a Chinese market. And then they found out, and this particular information was suppressed on Twitter, by the way. They found out that Fauci, and his lab had been doing gain-of-function research for the longest while. And he was lying through his teeth about its origins. And that, for me, is the most heinous thing. And that's why anything that comes off the back of this, where he is, charged, accused, imprisoned, whatever, he deserves every single bit of it. Yeah, him and that World Economic Forum, yeah, evil mother effers. Evil mother effers.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of articles that are now being put out surrounding him, man. Obviously, he's admitted now that the COVID vaccine mandates helped orchestrate fueled anti-vax movements across America. He's also now, the Republicans are now demanding that he testify before the House committees and say that they want access to the unredacted versions of the emails that were released last week. Yeah, basically.
That's the one. House.
Committees.
Yeah, committees.
So do you not feel harder done by because you believed everything they said?
We have to try and.
Sorry, did you get the jab?
No.
Did you get the jab, Emmanuel?
Absolutely not.
I did. You know, one of my colleagues the other day was telling me about, he believes in like, he's got this interesting Christian faith in it. You know, the ones that they do like conferences and all that crap. Anyway, so he's telling me about like, something about this guy, this man, and he was talking about like so much that happened with COVID and how COVID was, he basically apparently knew about COVID before COVID came. And because someone dropped like a dossier type thing on his table in his office one time, and he showed the tour group when they came to conference up with him, wherever they were conferencing up. So he was talking about like the vaccine. He was like, oh yeah, it was all like it was all part of the plan because this is gonna happen. But he's talking to me as if I didn't take it. So I'm looking. This is why you can't just assume that just because we're both black, we're on the same vibe. We're not. Because when he was like, oh, like yeah, he's like, yeah, it's crazy. People were taking it. Did you take it? I said, yeah. And he just stared at me. He just stared at me like I was the Antichrist himself. And I was just like, yeah, I was like, I had somewhere to go. I had to go. Like, I had things to do. I had places to go. And I wasn't going to do the dirt. But to be fair, like, I keep telling you, I don't think I got it, technically. I don't think the doctor gave it to me.
You only took one, innit?
2. That was his face when I told him I took 2. Because he was like, okay, it was just 1. And I said, nah, man, I got a booster. And he was like, okay.
Can I ask then both of you all, yeah?
Go on.
Why didn't you listen to all of the instructions from the government saying that you can basically possibly kill your loved ones due to you not getting a jab? You can put them in jeopardy. Why didn't you listen to the government?
Because I don't live with them, so I didn't believe what they said.
The government or your family?
Hmm?
The government or your loved ones?
The government.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty simple to me. The only problem is if you got it asymptomatically or whatever, that's fine, cool, because you don't know it. But if you get it, you go into quarantine, you go into rules, innit? So if I get it, I quarantine, I stay away from everybody. So there's no chance of me giving it to everybody. So if I caught it, it will be from somebody else because I currently don't have it. So I don't have to worry about random out giving it to people because I currently don't have it. If I catch it, it will be of somebody else. That means I was there for. But then when I get it, I'm just gonna
quarantine.
Quarantine.
By myself.
I'm not gonna risk giving it to anybody else. So there wasn't really no issue there.
And even when you got it, because I know you were popped down a couple of times, why didn't you then go and get the jab?
Because I've got it now. If it didn't kill me, what do I need a jab for? What do I need it for? I've got it already. So I'm guessing my own antibodies are forming and thing. You know what I'm trying to say? So I've got it. If I got it and it didn't kill me, why do I need to kill myself to make sure I don't get it again? It's fine.
All right. I hear what you're saying, right? And you're saying that no, like in hindsight.
No,
right?
that's how I felt at the time.
No, I want to like probe that a bit.
Okay, go on then.
Because when you popped down, right, you felt how terrible that was. And if they're telling you, hey, if you get this, you're not going to pop down again, why didn't you believe them?
No, because once I got it, I figured I'd do my own natural thing. I figured my body's going to make its own natural antibodies and thing. You get what I'm saying? So I don't need it.
No,
I've got it.
I get what you're saying, right?
That was my mindset, I'm thinking.
Cool. Do you think that there are other people that exist who think the same way, but there's no basis to them saying that?
What's the basis of me saying it?
I want to know which part you're in. Do you understand? When you say what you're saying, is that backed up with some sort of scientific logic or medical logic?
It's just common sense logic. That's what I thought it was anyway. A lot of the stuff basically, I didn't believe like all the precautions that they said that will stop us from catching it as well. Like I didn't believe that they was true either. I didn't believe COVID's gonna be all right if it's just in that corner of the room. As long as I stay here, it's gonna be fine. Unless we live in the same yard, then COVID knows we live in the same yard, and he's gonna be blessed. Anyway, like you know what I'm trying to say. That so remember when you're in the criminal underclass, we're very, very, very skeptical bunch. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. That we like to question everything at the best of times. So like there was nothing that they said and that they told me that I just received and just took as that's what it is, and that's what's going to happen. If you tell me this is going to happen, if you tell me this, then that's what's going to happen. I don't really live like that, just because they told me that.
Fair. When you phrase it like that and you say that to you is common sense, you're also suggesting that everybody else who got the jabs, they don't have common sense.
Not that they don't have common sense, just that they was
Fear got them.
they was looking for answers. They had questions and they was looking for answers.
Even when you say the fear got them, Emmanuel, do you understand what you are implying?
That they're just human, isn't it? Because obviously the propaganda machine is a huge, big one. It's vast, isn't it? You know what I'm trying to say? So it's not shocking to believe that it can influence so many people.
You're saying that you need to be part of the criminal underbelly or underclass, you said? Love that. Criminal underclass in order to stave off silly scare tactics?
It will help. It will help. Because, like I said,
And it's not because you guys are wise, it's because
we're used
you
to
don't
being
listen
done
anyway.
And because we're used to being done dirty and being underneath the boot of the government.
Really? Is that what the majority of the criminal underclass move?
That's how they just
is that
feel
a
like,
spirit
innit? So we
moving?
don't just take everything they say as gospel because we know they can't be trusted because we've been duped and hoodwinked by them bare times, isn't it? You know what I'm trying to say? So you do question all the messages that's coming out from there.
Emmanuel, the point he's making is it's
Poignant.
sound, right? From a particular lens, right? Him saying that we've seen too many examples of the government lying to us and mistreating us, right? And I don't think he's just talking about the criminal underclass here. You said it's because fear was more prominent or prevalent in people's lives than the truth that, hey, you guys have been lying to us forever.
Yeah, but it's also yeah, exactly, because fear comes with you understanding that the possibility of whatever they're pushing could happen. And so when you think about, the vulnerable ones in your family, your parents, your grandparents, your kids, things of that nature, you start to get worried. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it. But I think for me, I just kept thinking, but this vaccine, what if it killed me though? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if it killed me? So why should I be the one that dies? I don't understand.
I want to find out if we were the foolish ones.
Oh, we weren't.
We weren't. We're not taking it.
We definitely weren't, Brett.
Yeah.
We was the foolish ones. We're not taking it.
We're sitting in hindsight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you understand? It's a beautiful, beautiful 4K reality.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But at the time, right, everybody, and not just everybody, you had intelligent people. The people that Emmanuel would say, you must listen to them because their science and their math is sound. They were being wheeled out in front of cameras, imploring everybody to get the jabs. Emmanuel, all of the intellectuals, the ones that you worship.
Like who though?
I don't think Terrence got a jab.
Terrence who? Howard?
Howard?
You know I don't care about. I don't care about his
And
opinion.
that's why I said I think he didn't get it. But all of your heroes.
No, but like who though?
Let's say Neil deGrasse Tyson. Because I think he too was wheeled out.
Maybe.
He too was wheeled out.
Yeah, but he's out there talking. In fact, let me be.
Go on.
Distrust.
Go on. Wait. Go on.
Distrust.
Discredit him.
No.
Go on. I'm waiting for this. Go on.
No, I can't. I don't want to discredit the grass Tyson. That guy's
He's
intellectual.
wheeled out. Talking about what?
You know what the thing is, yeah. You know what Sunak is talking about, right? Again, trigger warning, guys. You know what Sunak's talking about? Protecting women and saying, guys, if we're talking about sex, let's talk about biological sex. Let's keep it simple. Degrassi Tyson was also one of those who's been rolled out to say, yo, if somebody wants to say my sex is this and sex is that, it can change, even though he's a scientist. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying that people can be put to the forefront for specific agendas.
So you pick and choose which intellectual you listen to dependent on what the topic
They're talking
is.
about. Oh, 100%. Because I'm not an idiot. Like, why is a scientist telling me about, I don't know, religious matters? Why is a religious person telling me about scientific matters?
All right, let's jump back into the boat, right? My hot take that I'm trying to basically see if we can land on this one is we were the foolish ones, right?
I'm not buying it.
No, it's a hot take. I'm trying to present the case, right, to the underclass, criminal underclass. Sorry, that's important distinction. So, if all of the reputable people, forget about the government, forget about the politicians, because we know that they lie.
Yeah.
But the people who we are told to listen to because they are experts, the doctors in the hospitals. Remember when it is people are saying, don't jump on Google and self-diagnose.
Yeah.
You got to go to this annex. If it is that I come to you for therapy as opposed to Dr. Amani, some people might be like,
Why are you doing that?
criminal underclass might be like, yes, but you know how we live. Dr. Amani never lived that way. Do you understand? But the rest of the world will be like, you're a stupid person if you're going to therapy from Marx, who is not qualified. He's not well read in that particular. Go on.
They didn't even know because they never had enough time with it. There wasn't enough sample
Expand
size.
on they didn't know. What does that mean?
They
They,
didn't-
as in the experts?
Yeah,
The
because
doctors.
they didn't have enough time with it to even see what the effects of it are going to be. Because it might not affect the people taking it. It might be future generations. Like usually when they're doing all these things, they get enough time with it and vigorously test these things so they can kind of predict and have a kind of idea of what the outcome of using it is. Because it was so fast, everybody was panicking to find this vaccine and find a solution. I'm guessing like procedures got skipped and all that, and all the red tape wasn't necessarily there. Like they rushed it through themselves, innit? So they didn't even necessarily know.
I think I got it. Let's change the parameters a little bit, right? Let's bring it more relatable to the normal human being, right? Who spends time in the company of their loved ones. You don't do that.
Yeah, I do.
As in, you live in isolation a lot.
Okay.
That's what I mean. I don't say that you don't visit your loved ones. Please don't take it like that.
Go on.
You put in, right? But those who live with them 24/7 and they are elderly and they might be frail or they might have complications, asthma, this, and that, because this is what they were telling us, right? If you did live in that particular environment and you had two vulnerable people, maybe, God forbid, a young one and an older one, would you consider taking the jab, or would you say, no, I'd rather go and stay in a hotel?
I'd rather just quarantine. Like, I'd rather just not put myself around anyone to make sure they don't get it. I don't need to take the jab. There's precautions I could take to make sure I don't get it. If I don't, there's things that are foolproof. If I'm in my house now, and I haven't got it, then I shouldn't get it.
Let's change it again. Because I don't want it to be, I want us to be the foolish ones, because there are a lot of people who took it that are listening and
But don't necessarily, it don't make them foolish.
Wait, what?
It don't make them
You
foolish.
said you applied common sense.
Common sense is not common.
You see, you just rolled that out. But what you're saying proves the point that you're saying they wouldn't apply common sense.
No,
So let me change the parameters.
Alright, go on.
I'm still
Go-
here. I'm
go-
still
go-
here.
go.
I'm trying for the people listening who took it. So, let's say you were one of their carers
Okay.
and you had to be looking after them. You had to be in close proximity. You were preparing their food. You were bathing them in this and the next. Would you get the jab?
I think if it was part of my job and I needed to do it,
Job as a son, right? Who's looking after his ailing mother or father.
yeah, or other aiding people, like people in the NHS, people that worked, like they had to take it and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. So for all of the NHS people, you would have just not said they're not applying common sense. You'd have been like, yeah, I understand why they did it.
Yeah, there's
Because the
bare
information
people,
that they've gotten, basically, they're just defaulting to these particular experts.
and a lot of people, their livelihood was at stake as well.
There you go, right? Because you are not bound by these particular constructs,
Yeah.
confines and whatnot, restrictions, then you were able to be as free as a bird,
Yeah.
a criminal underclass bird.
Yeah, basically. And there are some people that are not. Some people that are, like I'm saying, the whole livelihood was at stake, and how are they going to earn money and put food on the table if they don't take this rascal vaccine? Those people never had no choice, did they?
Which is sad, man.
And that's why is people like Fauci and anybody attached to sending out the message that was wrong, even though they knew it was wrong, they should be flipping penalized and punished, man. Because people died off the back of this, right? Died not from loneliness, from isolation.
From everything. But they're not going to do nothing, and they're not going to hold no one accountable for nothing. They don't care. They're not going to do nothing.
This is what the Republicans are trying to do, though. The Fauci.
And that's just like finding one guy that's the scapegoat and then making an example of him to appease the masses, when really it's not. Like, behind Fauci and whatever, there's bare people, all this stuff, and things need to get signed off for us to day. Like, it's not just one person that's involved and responsible for this thing, but then they'll just put it all on one person, scapegoat him off and feel like the job's been done and nothing ain't really been done. A lot of other people just got away with it. He's just a fool guy.
I think they've already started making a Netflix documentary.
Oh, is it?
I'm not sure if it is that they're going to release it whilst the Democrats are in power, though.
Is there going to be a culling, though? They're going to get rid of all of them?
I do believe they're going to basically show all the lies, because there were other news outlets that weren't mainstream media that was putting out this information, and it was being removed from YouTube every single time it popped up, right? So they have a lot of evidence that suggests that Fauci was practicing gain of function research in Wuhan, and the leak came from that particular lab, right? And even in the rushing of the vaccines and whatnot, people were actually showing them, you can't be doing this because you're going to increase the numbers of this, that, and the next. You're also going to be exposing people to things that you would never know until they grew up down the line. Do you understand? Or get older down the line. So I believe that there is going to be like a, you know, when it is you go on Netflix and you see those drug pharmaceutical things, big exposés and whatnot. There's definitely going to be one on this, because it pours the world. You understand? There are many filmmakers and directors basically collecting evidence and then producing this, that, and next, and doing interviews. Because there'd be bare people wanting to talk about this.
Have they got real evidence of how the vaccines affected people?
I believe they do.
Or is it just people just saying
No,
stuff
I
like,
believe they
How
do.
does evidence?
Only because of the outlets that I look at.
But how's it affecting people though?
Fringe outlets. It's one increase in certain respiratory.
The brain damage, the clots.
The clots are a big thing.
Yeah.
As in blood clots?
Yeah.
Just randomly, or triggered by something?
By
After that vaccine.
the jabs. And also, I'm not saying this to basically make you, because Jesus' blood is covers
no,
all.
Brent,
You're good.
I'm not asking this for myself.
Go.
I'm fine.
Go.
Literally don't care.
Also, cancer. Three.
Oh, is it?
Is it 300 or 3,000% up? I can't remember which one it was.
Easy.
I don't know, man. I don't believe in all this stuff sometimes. I think that people that don't believe in it don't want to believe in it, and it's easy to... Because how do you know people are not going to get cancer anyway? Cancer is becoming more and more of an issue, a lot more. So how do you know that the rise is directly linked to the jab? There's people that didn't get the jab that also got cancer out of nowhere and whatever else. So I don't know. Sometimes when these things, when certain statistics come up, I just don't believe them, because it's like, okay, but there's people with the same ailments and stuff that don't have cancer. There's people with a lot of respiratory situations, either because they smoke or we live in very polluted societies. So I don't know. I don't know that. I think people want it to be a thing where like the jab is going to make people give birth to like yams in the future or something. So they can be like, oh my gosh, that's why, because you had the jab. But I don't know that it's necessarily going to be like that, because every vaccine, people take, like, I think if you live a life where you've never ever had a vaccine, no vaccine, then I'm more likely to listen to you. But if you've taken hella vaccines all throughout your life, you had never had one vaccine, Brent.
Me.
I'm looking at you.
I've had the, I guess, measles.
So you've had vaccines?
When I was young. Yeah.
I need to meet someone that's never had any vaccines. Then you can talk to me. But if you've had all the other vaccines, but then this one, because you're older, you decided you want to do it, I'm not listening to you. Because all of those things as well would have, at the time they would have had their theories, they would have had their things and and your parents got you to get it. So
I don't take the flu vaccine though. I've never had
yeah,
one.
that's fair.
Yeah.
But remember that other vaccines, you've got decades and decades of data. Like when we took malaria, for example, that didn't just come out a year before like we took it. This is for decades.
Polio.
Yellow fever, polio, like, you know what I'm saying? Like for the longest while. So, but COVID was 6 months.
But everybody I know who took the vaccine is all right.
Thank God, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna have. I think for the sake of
He's so rude.
exciting. What did you do?
He'd done something to insinuate, but that loons is not.
I saw fly by there. I just looked to see where the fly was.
You used to get your ass jumped one day. That's what Loons used to do. But like, I think the excitement of a conspiracy it excites people, because when you really think about and deep what COVID was, I don't know how people had time to sit there and all these suggestions and stuff. People had time to pick that apart. You didn't know anything about the vaccine. Neither did these people, and they were trying to figure out as they go along. So I don't understand. Like, I just think the excitement of conspiracies and stuff, people love that.
People were
And that's
taking
how
the
you wanna
vaccine
believe that
and still getting
whatnot.
COVID though. That was spinning me.
Yeah, but it didn't say it was a cure. It's a vaccine. So that means when you get it, it's not going to be as bad as if you didn't have the
This
vaccine.
is why I'm saying the politicians and anybody connected to the messaging that once you take it, you're good.
Yeah.
They need to be flogged.
Did they say that then?
Yes, they
Yes,
did.
yeah, yeah.
No, but
and
then
they
that's
changed.
stupid though, because anybody with brain cells should know that when you take a vaccine, it's not a cure. Because otherwise, what they would have said was, we've got the cure for COVID. They didn't say that. They said we've got a vaccine for COVID. And so what it's going to do is lessen. I didn't hear the messaging of, this is it. You take this and you're done. Because then why are we taking it 6-7 times then?
That's why people say it, but you keep changing it. It's now
Yeah,
the new flu vaccine.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's on top of
sometimes
every single year.
when people get got, you are just a victim. Like, your call in life was to get got. Because there's no way they said there was a vaccine and you thought that was a cure. That's dumb.
But it's what they said to the people, though, Esther. You
I
don't think,
didn't- I
like the
don't remember.
recommendations from these so-called professionals.
I don't recall them say, did they ever use the word cure?
No, they didn't say
Exactly.
cure.
So what are you talking about?
No,
but
they said stuff like, if you get it, it won't be able to be passed on.
Okay.
If you get it,
The buck ends there.
yeah, basically it stops with you. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine if you get it. If you take
Okay.
your vaccine, and you won't be able to pass it on
Okay, fair, but you still get it. You still have it.
if you get the vaccine.
Yeah, but they said you won't be able to pass it on.
Yeah.
You can't pass on something that you don't have.
There
So
was
you will still get it. You can't pass it on. You got to listen to language.
There was a time when they
That's
said,
not true
if
too.
you get the jab, you're not going to get COVID.
Yes.
That was a time when they were saying, if you get the jab, you're not going to get COVID. And
I
then
think- I just
when
think
it is people got
sometimes-
the jab, they pop down.
and got it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes some
And then they
people...
said they can't pass it on.
I'll be honest with you. I think there's people that got it because they thought it was going to cure them, and then they got it, and then whatever happened. I don't know what happened, but I just think sometimes maybe it wasn't your destiny that you were always going to get it. Maybe maybe you got the vaccine a bit too late. So it was already in you. I don't know, man. I'm not for, like, obviously I know that people died and whatnot, but again, it's not something that's happened before. Like, say Ebola happens again, and then now they're just making stuff up. I can understand why they should be held to account. But this was something that literally had the entire world at a standstill, and they were trying. And there are people that you vote in to essentially take charge and take lead and to protect you and to serve you wherever. And they did the best that they could. I'm sorry, I'm not for, like, putting them in prison because he told us to stand 6 meters apart. Some of you anyway should not be standing so close to people. Some of you had no spatial awareness anyway. Should have learned that. So I don't know. I'm not for all of that stuff, because how would they have known? They were learning as they were going along. Yes, of course, they've got more information because, you know, they're what's it called? They're in direct contact with the scientists and whatnot. But who was I supposed to listen to? Letitia Wright on Twitter, and all the people that are coming up with conspiracies from flipping Reddit and all these other places.
So
No, man.
I'm not talking about the medical practitioners
Yeah.
who were just told to follow instructions so that
Yeah.
there
Yeah,
was
exactly.
order.
Yeah.
I can't be talking about them. I'm talking about the wicked individuals who were right to the top, who knew that what they were saying was bollocks, and is still basically
But
rolling
did they know though? Because again, you guys are speaking with privilege of hindsight. Did they know? Did they actually know that telling people to stand 6 meters apart is not going to make any difference?
I'm not talking about the 6 meter apart thing.
No, but I'm talking about all of them. What else is there? What other examples are there?
With the whole 6, as in from Fauci?
No.
It
From
started off by it was in flipping Chinese market with the mixture of meats and animals.
Oh, the bats.
It didn't. It didn't. And
But
they
how
were
would they have,
pushing that.
no, but how would they have known at the time that it wasn't?
The people who actually was responsible for it. The leak.
So you're saying that he was responsible for the leak?
I'm telling you, his lab, he funded that particular. They knew about the gain of function research, and this is stuff that is supposed to be illegal. You know, you're supposed to be doing this particular type of research.
Yeah.
And it came from that particular lab. And there was some whistleblower way back when who said, hey, it's an American lab in flipping China. that's doing this.
Okay,
and
fair.
everyone said, no, it's on the Chinese tweet mark. And they were
fair.
fine. And you had all these Chinese people, their businesses popping down. Nobody was going to.
was going to the
you were like,
market.
yeah, I ate it from there.
No, I went Chinese.
Yeah, there's people
What,
that
in
were
the
saying
height
they're
of
not
it?
in Chinese food
Yeah,
anymore.
remember they said I was crazy.
And
because
then
I
Luz was
just
like, yo, yam it up. He's like, nom, 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 nom.
Yeah,
Yeah, see what I'm
He
saying?
said he didn't want to be xenophobic or something like
yeah.
that. Racist.
I was support.
I'm a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people, human first. Everyone was going. I went straight to the Chinese man.
Okay, something like that, fair enough.
I'm gonna debunk the fairies.
Let's be fair, actually, because people were actually attacking Chinese people.
They were.
They work. I remember one of my favorite restaurant that I always go to. They actually had some issue. I remember when I went there, and they were talking about like how basically like sometimes it's unsafe for them to go home. The landlords are trying to kick them out. Like so, all of that stuff. Absolutely, like he should be held accountable because that incited violence and that incited racism and incited like a lot of stuff with that. But if you're not hold them account for 6 meters apart, like y'all have bare things to spend money on.
No, yeah, I don't. When he said about that, I don't really read any much into that because it's quote unquote common sense that the less, the further away you are from somebody who's infected,
Yeah, the less
better.
likely. Yeah,
so
exactly.
keep your distance. So
Yeah.
they had to basically come up with some number.
Yeah, but if it was a thing where he knows that he started that shit and then he tried to put the blame on somebody else, he's a racist. He's actually racist. That's a very racist thing to do. But
And it was licking off elderly, anybody who had complications and whatnot. So
yeah, but they're like on the
I
verge.
can understand certain people saying, yeah, you're basically culling, like the weak.
Yeah, but then probability wise though, all people they're like, you know,
But it wasn't just all people. It was anybody who had like
any kind of
ailments.
and I think that's the thing as well because
respiratory.
there was people that like didn't even know they had some health issues because of COVID and whatnot. That then highlighted that they've got some underlying situations. It's a horrible situation, man. It was very, very horrible. That was a very dark time, man. That was a very dark time, but
Yeah, so I think we are the foolish ones, to be honest.
No, you definitely not.
And it could be true that it was good for us to be foolish. But I don't know if it is that another time it might be foolish for us to be foolish.
I don't think.
I
do you know what?
I don't think I was
anyone is
foolish.
foolish. I don't think
You
people
weren't.
that took the vaccine were foolish. I don't think people that didn't take the vaccine was foolish. I feel like if you didn't take it and you feel like people that took it are foolish, I feel like you don't know people's personal situations and circumstances. I was not going to miss my best friend's wedding. There's no way I'm missing my friend's wedding because I'm putting my foot down on taking a vaccine when I'm filled with vaccines. Like it was just not that deep to me. It wasn't that deep. I'm not scared to die either. I know where I'm going. Like it just wasn't that deep for me. And I'm not going to Nigeria to quarantine. Hell no. I'll catch COVID.
Yeah, I
Do
just
you get what I
said
mean?
I
So
want travel.
I just feel like so I feel like it's a thing where like I don't think people that took it are foolish and I don't think people that didn't take it are foolish. I just think people have to make the best decisions for themselves and that's okay. Like we don't have to be on the wise or the foolish side. I don't think it's that deep. I feel like people have got more like people that took it feel like they're morally righteous and people that didn't take it feel like they're morally righteous. No, I just don't think it's that deep. You did what was best for you and your body and your temple, and that's great. You don't need to judge the next person. You don't know what people's circumstances are. People who had to watch their whole family got wiped out, and you're gonna look at them and call them foolish for taking a vaccine. I feel like that's so wild. So
Do you know what it is? I think it's because the loudest people are the people that took it and got vexed at those who never took it.
I don't think so. I think the loudest people are people that did not take it.
No.
How quiet have I been in this room since you've just been banging on for the last 30 minutes?
I'm saying on both sides. So I'm basically saying the people that took it and had a problem with those who never took it were loud. And the people that didn't take it and were trying to defend certain things were loud as well. So the problem was on both sides.
The anti-vaxxers.
The thank you.
What I saw
The anti-vaxxer, Brent.
what I saw most online, and I guess what I see in different disciplines also, different topics of discussion, is the people who took it and they were listening to everything that the government was saying, valid, 100% valid. They were pressuring. They were pressuring the ones who didn't, and they were getting hard on those who were basically saying, hey, please, let's look at reason. Let's use common sense. Obviously, there was a sprinkle of conspiracy theorists in there where they were saying, oh my goodness, this is they're planning something else and it's 5G. And remember that time when it was saying it was 5G?
Yeah.
Can you remember when that time when they were saying they're putting up the
I remember
antennas
that was wild.
and the poles, and they said this COVID is connected to the 5G?
In the towers.
What's her name was saying that? That singer, what's her name? She don't make no songs no more.
Well, I wonder why.
Oh, what's her name? Light skin. Did a song with Nas.
Alicia Dixon.
Nah.
Wow.
Alicia. Do you know what? Never mind.
Nah, I can't remember her name now, man.
What I don't like is when it is people force like other people to feel a particular way because they didn't listen to what the government said.
I heard that.
And that they were loud. And they were saying, oh, you want someone to die. You know how many times? even my father was saying, hey, you haven't gotten it, but everybody's coming into your studio. You're putting them in danger. I said, look, I'm telling them, you have to come nowhere. I'm telling everybody, do not come. But everybody said, I want to come to create this content. I was telling them, please don't come. My immune system's patterned. I'm good. I haven't had it. I may have had it, but it just didn't manifest in me. You understand?
Yeah, you definitely had it.
And then Daddy screaming. Daddy got all the jabs. Daddy popped up. A couple times. Daddy popped up a couple times. Daddy didn't have COVID. Daddy went in to get the jab. Daddy got the jab. Daddy stayed in hospital because he got COVID. Can you imagine? He stopped talking to me after that. He stopped telling me I had to go there because he knew he ain't got no leg to stand on. He was wobbling.
I said he stopped talking to me after that.
You know, I obviously it's bad to think about it like this, but I'm like, it's like, I felt real. I felt real.
Just vindicated. Can you imagine? Look how he's laughing. You're ridiculous.
Nobody asked him to preach at me like how he was preaching. He was preaching.
Yeah, but
all he was doing was just racking off what he was seeing and hearing.
No, but don't
and
you give
people
him
were
grace
sending
for that, though,
YouTube
Brent,
videos
man.
and this. He was proper pressuring me. Proper.
But don't you give him grace for that?
And then bam.
People were scared.
That's why I was trying to basically.
You guys are so tough.
I tried to do the flippy by saying we were the foolish ones. But I don't believe you.
Of course you don't. We know you don't. Your tone never gave foolish.
No, but I'm aware that we're supposed to be representing three different thought processes here.
I mean, I get why people were cussing people that weren't going to take it because people were scared.
If I just stayed in my yard,
scared.
I would have been fine. I knew I wasn't getting COVID. I was about to bet.
You did though.
But did you get COVID?
Because
Yes,
I went
you
to
did.
Ibiza.
But you just said you didn't get it.
No, I said I knew I wasn't getting it before I was stupid and I went to Ibiza. Like I had no business. Like I was too hungry. You see that when they opened it up and I said, you know what, if they're letting me go, I'm going. But I had no business doing that because really I know I should have stayed in my yard because I knew it was out there. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
The thing is, you got this before you went to Ibiza though.
No.
Call up again, please.
No,
Caller.
I got COVID in Ibiza.
I swear you got it a couple of times.
No. I got it one time.
Have you not had COVID in the history of this show?
He has
Huh?
a few times.
You did.
He's
Remember
lying.
when E-Man had it and then he gave it to you?
What? I didn't spread it to nobody.
You had COVID like 5 times. I lost
Yeah,
count.
yeah,
I had it like twice, man.
No.
I ain't had
man.
COVID on this show. I got COVID one time. I've been COVID one time.
I got it twice.
This is fake news.
I had it
You got it
before,
twice.
before it became a big thing. Then I had it. Remember when
Lucky
they injected
you.
me?
Then you had it twice in the history of this show. Either that or you were lying about having COVID because you didn't want to come to work.
Good morning,
So-
good morning, caller.
Morning.
Good
How are
morning.
you?
I'm good. It's the Bathroom Diaries.
Morning, girl. How are you? I actually said it good.
I'm good. I'm cool. I thought I would jump on this conversation because I feel like it. Well, I didn't take the vaccine, just saying, putting it out there. But when I was at work, so I worked at the time in a research department in the eye hospital, and the people that were higher up, they were telling me they're not taking it because we work in research, so we know it takes very long to discover cures and all of this stuff. So in my head, I was thinking, And then I felt like I was using my common sense because I was like, you know what? Yeah, there hasn't been enough research. Plus, if you can still get it, and I'm young and I feel like my immune system's on point, I'm like, F it. If I get it, I get it. Let's just see. Let's do this kind of thing. And then what was crazy is everyone in my department, everyone was literally making me feel bad for not taking it. So it's like people, even though I was like anti-vaccine, I was kind of quiet, I'm not going to lie, but everyone was so loud, making you feel bad, not wanting to sit around you. And I thought, raw. And what was crazy is that a lot of people, like a lot of my colleagues that took the vaccine ended up getting COVID and I never caught it. So it was like they were making me feel bad yet they were catching it. So I was just like, you guys need to actually leave me alone. But the real reason why I rang, because obviously there's a lot of conversation and speculation regarding like conspiracies and stuff. But what I find very weird, and this is kind of deep, so my nan, she just had a regular chest infection, right? And we went to visit her in the hospital. So she didn't actually have COVID, because if she had COVID, we wouldn't be able to actually see her, visit her, whatever. So literally, she had a normal chest infection. We went to visit her. Obviously, we wore the masks and stuff. And literally within a few days, she passed away. What was strange and very, very jarring was that on her death certificate, they put COVID. And because they put COVID, it meant for her funeral, we couldn't have an open casket, which made me feel like, are you really in there? Okay, that's when the conspiracy jumps in, because it's like, where the hell is she? Like, what's her body looking like, etc., etc. And obviously during the funeral stage, only a few people was allowed. So I do feel like with the whole vaccine COVID era, people will have strong conspiracies because it affected people in different ways. It's like, why would you put on a death certificate COVID if it wasn't COVID during that time? Like, that to me was strange. And it's kind of annoying because when my family member told me that, I was thinking, you should have fought for that. You should have, like, if that doesn't make sense or what's going on. But family's family, and people get crazy when people pass away. But I just feel like during that era, a lot of crazy things were going down. And in terms of the boosters as well, you keep telling, like, I remember this woman at work was like, oh yes, I'm on my 3rd booster. I'm like, what? So I just feel like there's a lot of things that the government was saying and making it seem like, yay, take it. It's going to cure you. Like, they even had the Queen taking it. I don't think she took it. But I was like, this just... Yeah, I just felt like things were just weird and fake. So I can completely understand why people were quite like, what's really going on? So I just thought I'll put my input out there, because I'm just like, even I just feel like it was strange and weird. And I'm glad I never took it. I'm not going to lie.
You was
But
right,
that's
man.
it.
You was right.
They was doing a lot of cooking the book still. A lot of people, they was just saying that they died from COVID, and they didn't, or they was nowhere proving it, or they didn't make no attempt to even try and prove it. They were just saying, yeah, COVID. They was doing a lot of cooking the books then still.
Yeah, it just makes you feel weird. It makes you feel strange. I feel like in another 40 years, maybe not 40, maybe when we're not alive, we're going to find out that this was some crazy like experiment or some hiding something. I don't know. I just feel like it was weird.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
100%. I agree. I think, to be fair, it might even be sooner than 4 years with everything that's going on now. Because people are not letting this go, man. Like Fauci and Pfizer, everyone getting in trouble, plus a lot of the people who were saying there's an agenda behind this whole COVID thing, are coming out saying, look, every single day we're proved to be right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I think before 40 years, we're definitely going to find out that there was something else behind this. But yeah, we'll see what
Thank you,
happens.
babe.
But yeah, thank you for calling in.
No problem. Take care, guys.
Bye, darling.
Can
Bye.
I just read out quickly before we move on, yeah? These are basically the 10 biggest falsehoods that we heard during these times, yeah? That the coronavirus has a far higher fatality rate than the flu by several orders of magnitude. That was the first thing. That's one of the things that we heard. We also heard that everyone is at a significant risk to die from this virus, yeah? We also heard that no one has...
Die like that.
Huh? I want to drive it home.
You did.
No one has any immunological protection because this virus is completely new, is what they told us.
It was in The Simpsons years ago. No, COVID is not new. COVID-19 was new. COVID in itself is not new.
No, but this is what they said to us.
Because there was like bleaches and like cleaning products that had COVID at the back of them.
Dettol.
There you go. And that will wash away your sins, child. So, yeah.
They said that asymptomatic people are major drivers of the spread. This is what caused the division in society, with the people who took it, blaming everybody else. You know what I'm saying? There's far more of them at that point. So, yeah. Anyway, next thing I want to say, locking down, as in closing schools and businesses, confining people to their homes, stopping non-COVID medical care, and eliminating travel. They said all of these things will stop or eliminate the virus. They also said that masks will protect everyone and stop the spread. They also said that the virus is known to be naturally occurring and claimed that it originated in a lab. And the claim that it originated in a lab was a conspiracy theory. You know, Brent's already told us this is probably where it actually came from. They also said that teachers are especially at high risk. They also said that COVID vaccines stop the spread of the infection, and they also said that immune protection only comes from a vaccine.
No, it was actually a proper sad time, you know. There was these families. I signed up to this thing where you can help people pick up their prescriptions and stuff like that, because they're so like, and there's a lot going on, so they basically can't leave the house and stuff. And I pick up their prescription and I like leave it at their door for them and let them know it's there and stuff like that. People were really, really like going through things, and people were proper scared, and yeah, it was that was horrible actually. It was very horrible.
Yeah. Yes. Anywho, I guess we should move on from there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get into our next headlines.
Bring back lockdown.
We'll fight you for that. That was a good time though. That whole Don't Rush challenge, that was my favorite part. It was a good time.
All right. So our next headline: Claudia Sheinbaum has been elected as Mexico's first female president, taking at least 58.3% of the vote. This according to
landslide.
She did really well, man. Other rivals, there was a scientist by the name of Galvez, who was from the opposition coalition. They received at least 26.6%. Somebody called Maynes, was full name is Jorge Alvarez Maynes. He's the candidate for the centrist Movimiento, something, came in third with at least 9.9% of the vote. But yeah, man, Sheinbaum's result exceeded the 54.71% achieved by her populist mentor, the outgoing president, in 2018. So yeah, man, it was a huge result, man. And in fact, let me read out what she said. She said that we imagine a plural, diverse and democratic Mexico. Our duty is and will always be to look after each and every Mexican without distinction. Even if many Mexicans do not agree with our project, we will have to walk in peace and harmony to continue building a fair and more prosperous Mexico. I want to thank the people of Mexico for their recognition of our results, of our history, conviction and will, but above all for their recognition of our national project. I'm also grateful because for the first time in 200 years of the Republic, I will be the first woman president of Mexico. So bigger up, man.
Man.
Next thing is some sad news, man. Trigger warning on this, guys. Prince William and Kevin Sinfield are among those to have paid tribute to the rugby league legend Rob Burrow, who passed away at the age of 41. So yeah, his former club, the Leeds Rhinos, announced his death on Sunday, describing him as a true inspiration throughout his life. He lived with a motor neuron disease, MND, for nearly 5 years after being diagnosed in late 2019. The Prince of Wales described Burrow as a legend of rugby league who had a huge heart, while his best friend, Mr. Sinfield, described his former teammate as a beacon of hope and inspiration. So yeah, man, rest in peace to him. And our last headline, trigger warning on this one, a big trigger warning. Sad news as well. One person has been killed and at least 24 others injured in a mass shooting in the US state of Ohio. So the shooting occurred just after midnight local time in the city of Akron. Officers at the scene near Kelly Street and 8th Avenue discovered dozens of bullet casings and a gun. This according to the local media reports, but no one's been arrested or identified as a suspect, and an investigation is underway. It's also confirmed that many of the victims' injuries were non-life-threatening, thank God for that, but added that some were in a more serious condition than others. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the headlines.
All right. So I typed in, are there a rise of exorcisms in Italy, right? In ChatGPT. Yes, there have been a noticeable rise in number of exorcisms in Italy in recent years. This year, it's up to 500,000 cases.
500,000? What's the population in Italy?
100,000 cases. It's tripled since last year.
Let me see, what's Italy's population?
And the Catholic Church have now had to train more priests in the discipline of exorcism.
Imagine, they're probably not even doing it because they're such a need and such a, such a, just because it's such a need,
prepared,
But exactly. So you're probably gonna have the people that are actually the ones imparting the evil spirits posing as curers, but they're just putting more out, so they're never gonna win.
This is hilarious.
Okay, 58 million. 58.94 million.
This is hilarious.
The population. 500,000 is mad. But it's gonna be work that never gets finished. Because you don't want like that.
Mad.
Especially when the ones administering the cures are, Anyway.
I'm gonna go on YouTube and type some videos of the sessions, and I see what pops up.
Can you imagine? Wait. There needs to not be videos because how are you doing such a serious thing and you're taking content?
But this is what one of them was saying, that they didn't want for that person to now become on TikTok the person who was
Everyone
possessed.
knows you're a witch.
Yeah, and you, every single time you see them now.
Satan!
Because that was one of the people's questions. I mean, if you're saying it's real, why isn't there footage of this? You know?
No, being the face of exorcism is wild.
And obviously you have a lot of people saying, yeah, that's graphics.
No, but then the day and age we live in, the person can be famous, you know. Write a book. There's a limited, endless opportunities actually with that.
Definitely. 500,000 a year, though.
That's why, that's a lot.
Bloody hell.
And by next year, it'll be crazy because 2024 has been something.
Precisely.
So next year, probably looking at $1 million. Anyway, big up the Italians, innit? Good pasta. All right, let's get into our word and words. Oh, that's been bolognese.
Wow, he said that whilst it is that nobody could hear you.
Say what? Don't try to challenge me because I'll say it again. It's not deep.
You do. Never mind.
Anyways, Mel B is getting sued by her ex-husband. What's his name again? Stephen Belafonte. I really like that name, Belafonte. It sounds very fancy. But yeah, she's getting sued by her ex. So she's got, in 2018, she wrote a memoir called Brutally Honest. And May of this year, last month, she released an expanded deluxe version of said memoir. And basically, he is suing her for defamation of character over egregious, I love the word egregious so much, egregious lies, and he's suing her for about $5 million. So basically, let me give you some trigger warning on the accusations. But basically, he's saying that she's falsely accused him of crimes and horrific offences, including physical beatings, raping, financial abuse, emotional abuse, sex trafficking, and illegal gun possession. He says that she leveraged her celebrity status to portray herself as a domestic abuse victim in order to market and sell a memoir laden with egregious lies. He goes on to say that she's a liar and has been lying about him for many, many years. So this is what his spokesperson says, that Mel B is allegedly a liar and has been lying about him and others for many, many years, including scary spices, hurtful and damaging lies about, alleged abuse and whatnot. And he goes on to say that when women lie about domestic abuse, they hurt all women worldwide who truly suffer from domestic abuse. Then he says, Mel B, stop lying. So it's enough for $5 million, basically. I will let you know if he wins or if he doesn't. Basically, I don't know why is this a whole thing? I don't know why Diddy's in here. Oh, okay. You're talking about there's other people that are in legal battles, but yeah, we'll see, man. But yeah, he's basically saying that she's that he's saying that he's claiming that she was under the influence, and she'll basically hallucinate, make up false stories, and then remember them sober and blame him for her behavior, making him the enemy because he was the only one that would confront her about her addiction, addictive behavior, or drunken and intoxicated episodes. But yeah, man, he's seeking $5 million in damages, and he's also demanding a trial by jury, punitive damages, and also a gag order against her so she never speaks about him again. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on all of that stuff and let you know. Love is in the air, though. Love is in the air because Rupert Murdoch got married for the 5th time. This man is 93 years old. 93. But I feel like men that marry like this year, surely they don't put that wife in a will.
I feel like they get something.
But I don't want to change. If I have to sleep with you looking 93, I deserve half the empire.
But he's not trying to convince them. They know who he is.
That's the thing. But I'm thinking, like, does he know that maybe, like, because of his watch, she's gorgeous, she's really pretty.
People like him are too intelligent to fall. Like, they don't get married for love.
But she's
People
67 though, so she's an older woman as well.
Yeah.
She's not 93, but she looks better than him. Because if she looks like this at 67, at 93, she's gonna look a babe still. She's gonna be getting men's. Because he looks 93.
Yeah, he's leaving soon.
So do you know what I mean? But like usually, like it'd be like a 30-year-old, and then I'm like, sister, be for real. But she's 67. Yeah, and she's a Russian biologist. So do you get me? So her name is Elena Zukova. So typically in these situations, I'm like, what's going on? But apparently, I don't know. But yeah, apparently he was dating her after his engagement to the ex-police. He was with some other ex-police lady, and that was called off in April 2023. Imagine being 93 and going for heartbreak. What a waste of my last days. But anyways, yeah, he's married for the 5th time at 93. He looks very happy to be married though. He's a smiling groom and that. Yeah, I have nothing else to say to this other than, yeah. That surely sex is off the table at this age. Even kissing. I can see you. They look. He's like her dad. She looks very young. She looks younger than 67.
Yeah. She looks like she's just there to like, you know what I mean, look after him, keep him company and just have a good time. Yeah,
but she looks like she's also been like a divorcee.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why I'm like, because she's older and mature, I'm like, it feels, it lands differently. Because a 30-year-old with a 93-year-old, I'll be so shy for you. Like, anyway. That's what they're on that side of town. Danica, do you remember Danica from Love Island?
Yep.
Dancing girl.
Yeah.
She's getting cooked over the weekend. She now does music. She does some kind of music. And basically in the music, she had a line about like being light skinned, but not like, oh my gosh, woe is me, I'm light skinned. More like, oh, like, I'm a light skinned. That's a flex. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. She is light skinned. Do you mean that's the complexion? I don't think there's anything wrong with it, because if I was thinking about being a black girl, is anyone going to come and fight me for it? But basically, Lin May was actually supporting her.
Oh, sure.
That don't happen often.
Oh, she's supporting her?
She's supporting her.
Oh, because she's mixing it.
Oh, yeah, because I guess the same. Okay, fair. That's true. So someone randomly tweeted, this girl is embarrassing and clearly has no darker friends, because why would you highlight light skin as a prideful intention? But that's her identity. Then she says, anyone that does this with pride is a colorist. She said, you are evoking historical... I'm finding out this in real time. You are evoking historical preferential treatment, reinforcing division and polarizing leverage proximity to whiteness. But that's her identity. She is mixed race. Then Lin May said, why should Danica not be proud of her skin? Very weird take. Proximity to whiteness. Is whiteness a disease? Newsflash. Most mixed race people are half white. So if you're suggesting they should feel embarrassed, guilty by this, then you're promoting self-hate. I actually agree with May. I'll be honest with you. I'm so honest with you.
A lot that she wrote in it.
One of them though says, I can admit growing up in black spaces in the UK, I was made to feel guilty for being mixed race. I can see that.
But when you say made to feel guilty though, again, obviously,
yeah,
I've been in trouble in the past for trying to assume people something, right? But how are dark-skinned people making you feel guilty? Are they making it clear to you that you've something?
No, but
or
basically,
you just feel some type of way? You
can't be like, dark-skinned people can be like dark-skinned and proud. But if you're light-skinned and proud, it's like a trigger for them, because it's like you're basically it's almost like you're flaunting what society, that stereotypes that society has put out there. So if you're saying, oh, I'm a light-skinned pretty babe, knowing that colorism exists, knowing that dark women have been called ugly because of their skin color. So it just feels as though you're really, really leaning into the stereotypes.
But that person was saying then about her video, innit?
Yes, basically. Yeah. But then I think it's tricky there, because I am light skinned. I do think I'm pretty. Like, so I'm never gonna say I'm beautiful because colorism, because dark skinned people were made to feel ugly. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I feel like there's a way to probably go about it. But I don't think it's fair that if someone says, oh, I'm a light skinned pretty girl, you automatically label them colorists. I don't think that's fair. Well, anyway, she said, many of us accepted disrespect towards our non-black side and we laughed along, but not now. Well, you should have spoken up. I'm proud of being mixed race and I love my skin complexion. I wouldn't have it any other way. And that's good for her if she feels that way. I feel like if people are if you're saying derogatory things about dark skin, then I feel like then you're colorist. But if I'm just appreciating what I actually am, how God made me, I don't think it's fair to then label me thingy. But because of the conversation about colorism with dark skinned women, yeah, there's an actual thing with light skinned women that they face as well. Because we had what's her name again? Daisy, is it Daisy Marcel from Kiss? We had it on when we talked to her on No Shade actually. That's my old podcast. And there was an actual thing we actually wanted to talk about like what it's like for her on that side of the colorism conversation, because essentially like you kind of you're kind of, I'm not saying she said this, by the way, calm down. But it's almost like you're made to feel like, because it's our Latin people that have been colorist, you have to answer for it. But I guess people do that with white people as well. Where they feel like because your forefathers owned a slave plantation. Well, I mean. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Got to the point I thought, oh, maybe that wasn't the right one to go with. But anyways, yeah, I don't know, man. Then she said, Lin May said, mixed people need to stop apologizing for not being fully black and carrying around guilt because we have white in us, regardless of colorism in various ethnic communities. We should call it out, but this is not our fault. This is a negative complexion hierarchy of preference. I agree with Lin May. I'm not going to lie to you. Because I think also when people talk about mixed race, like people tend to just talk about their, like the black side and then ignore their white side. But that's their culture as well. Do you get what I mean? And you never know what people like identify more with. And yeah, people are made to feel a certain way when if you're mixed race and you don't identify more with the black side, it's more like, oh, your mum is white, isn't she? Like, do you know what I mean? Like there's all these jokes around. I don't know. I don't think it's...
I spoke to a mixed race person the other day and they were saying that I think the white side's Irish or whatever. But they were saying that I asked them like, what's racism like for a mixed race person?
Yeah.
And they said that they never really, they said the first time they experienced racism or what they would be call racism was from like black people.
Yeah.
They said that.
And I think that's sad. Because I would expect it to be on the table with Nana.
Why do you laugh? Why do you laugh?
I'd expect it to be on the table with the white nan.
What are you
Over some
saying?
roast potatoes.
No, I'm just thinking about something else.
That's what they said though, man. I don't know.
I mean, I understand, to be fair. Like, I see it being a possibility. Yeah. Well,
Anyway, man, it's sad. I'm not mad. I think Danica can sing about what Danica wants to sing about. I just don't think it's... Like, I understand, of course, the magnitude. I understand that. I'm not dismissing that, but I don't think it's fair to just label someone as...
Do you have the line? What did she actually say?
Should we get up? Should we see Genius has Danica's song?
Genius, what's it called?
Rap
Gemini.
Genius. It's my Gemini. You talking about? Oh, what?
The
as in
lyrics,
You know,
Rap
like Genius
Genius.
lyrics.
Oh no, they ain't gonna have
I
that.
don't know Danica's last... I don't know her stage name.
Ain't it Danica?
That's exactly what I typed in. Okay, let's see. I don't know if this is the right Danica there. Yeah, this isn't the
Did
right
she just
Danica.
refer to herself as light skin or did she
Basically,
say
somebody
that?
like... Yeah, she basically referred to herself as Alaskan. She basically referred to herself as Alaskan. I don't actually have the actual lyrics, unfortunately, but
Let me find it quickly.
she basically referred to herself as like say like light skinned girl. I get I don't know, but
We say light skin girl, I get all the niggas.
you know what's mad? After I said, I thought, oh, that was not the best to go with. I shouldn't have made that up. My bad, Danica. I don't know, man.
Shall I play it?
I thought the song was called light skin. Want it flash? Want it flag?
No, you listen to it and let us know what the lyrics is.
Okay, cool.
What's the song called?
Is it last
What's it
Line?
called?
I
What's it
don't
called?
know.
These are
You know,
good.
Danica annoys me, man. Respectfully. Because she's dancing, I should be dancing in the videos, and it just... Yeah, she's a queen light skin.
Did she say I'm a queen light skin? What?
Something, Jamaica. I had a queen, light skin, that was shaker.
Okay.
Hey, man, she said she's... There you go, man. She's even gangster. Okay, you stop that.
It's tough, you know, because this girl's always just annoyed people from
Yeah,
like,
the people don't like her, man.
from her conception.
People just don't like her.
She's just annoyed people.
And I
so
know
they'll
she said,
come
I
out-
know I just said she annoys me. She doesn't. I'm just joking. I'm contenting. But no, she just annoys people. But I think it's... She's always dancing, man. Like,
What
people-
music was she gonna have to make to just get accepted at and everyone say, "Oh my god"?
Man, did you see the way she was
Danica.
dancing as well? She was dancing. Did you see how you can imagine right now she was dancing?
Yeah,
It's exactly like that. I don't even know what's in your head, but it's exactly like that.
no, I couldn't imagine.
Because she was popping and locking it, and I was like,
she
the music
danced.
doesn't require all of this.
She dances.
Like she just dances.
And there's just light skinned people around there as well. that might I think that might have added to it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, man.
I'm just saying my observations.
Listen.
Yeah,
Big up Danica, man.
She said, what is it again? Add a dash of some sash. Sorry. Add a dash of some sass from Jamaica. Add a queen light skin. that'll shake you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, she shook. Summon.
She's basically just saying this is her formula.
This is my formula.
what makes up
this
her.
is how I was made.
Yeah.
This is what put me together. The sugar, spice, and everything nice. Leave her alone, man.
Love thyself, innit?
Yeah,
There you
man.
go.
I mean, the songs ain't even like. Anyway,
But see, this is the thing though. It's a quick question.
I
Though.
wonder if she made the invitation.
A quick thing though. When you see this happening, yeah, and she says, add something from Jamaica, Queen
Yeah.
light skin. She's like, a lot of people don't add the white part though, innit? You know what I'm saying? Add some something, England or
They had
Ireland.
most, they had no flipping gravy.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Turnip.
No. Turnip. But that's the thing. But that's what's funny though, because if anything, she's really identifying with her black side.
Yeah, but
You want her to do the full
the
formula.
light skin black side.
Yeah, but then what you want her to add to be truthful.
I don't know. I feel like people are basically saying it's just the nice black, if that makes sense. So the nice things that's gonna get her to sell. Add a Jamaica thing in there, show that I'm part of the culture. Then I'm light skinned. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're trying to like be palatable to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some oxtail today because after all this, yeah, make me hungry. Anyways, that's where she is. But in really good news, Toni Tone and her mans Taye are engaged. Absolutely wonderful. So Toni Tone she's an author. She was also in the show on BBC. No, was it Channel 4? I think it was Channel 4 called High Life. Yeah, what else does she do? She does a lot of, Toni does a lot of things, man. I'll be honest with you. She does a lot of things. And basically, she's been in a long distance relationship with her man called Taye. Like, they do a lot of videos on TikTok and stuff like that. And the people love them, man. The people really love them. But she posted on her Instagram yesterday the picture of them, of the engagement. Beautiful ring. I love a ring. And then also, she quoted, I thought this was really, really sweet, actually. So, on the 28th of January 2022, she tweeted saying, "I've met my future husband, guys. I'm going to retweet this one day and quote, I knew it. Because, yeah." And then she did that this morning, which I thought was really, really sweet. And then also, he posted the pictures of the engagement and he said, "Spending forever with you seems like a short time." Beautiful words. Nigerian men are so sweet with the words. I love it. And then someone as well, back in 2022, tweeted, saying, "I want Taye and Toni to get married and live happily ever after." They're really, really sweet couple. They just look so gorgeous. They look like a Nigerian Barbie and Ken. Love it. But anyways, he then quote tweeted saying, "What's crazy is I saw this and I said amen when you posted this 2 years ago. So once again, Eshe Dami." So sweet. Which Eshe means thank you. But yeah, man, congratulations to Toni Tone and Taye. Really, really cute. Lovers of love. But yeah, man, that's it from me. Let's get into People's Journal.
All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal. I give the news from an economics point of view. There ain't much to talk about, so this will be very quick. For you guys, yeah, I know, Brent, you definitely don't consume like cow milk like that, innit? Or at all. Esther's the same.
I don't, yeah.
Mr. Marks,
What's that, sorry?
cow milk,
You drink cow's milk.
yeah. Or do you kind of like stick to like the almond, oat milk, stuff like that?
Are you embarrassed?
Dairy. I probably drink dairy.
You're right. Dairy's cow's milk. Say it with your chest. You drink cow's milk.
Yeah, or human.
Who was I telling this the other day? No, it was Ramsey. And I was saying how, like, because he was telling me his kid is, actually, let me not bring Ramsey into it. Forget Ramsey. But I was saying how you can't be vegan if you drink breast milk. So you can't tell me that your
Ramsey
kid
drinks breast milk.
No, I'm not. That's what I said. Forget Ramsey. No, because I was talking about his kid, his baby. But he was like, his kid is vegan. I said, your baby's not.
Yeah,
You can't be vegan if you had breast milk,
Why though?
because that's human milk.
If we don't consume animal products, that means you're trying to say humans to animals, like I've always been saying.
I've never saying that.
So then,
I'm not an animal. I don't know anyone else. I can only think of me and my household and my temple.
Well, we're mammals.
But you can't. I just think that you can't say your child is vegan if your child has breast milk, because you can give your child oat milk and almond milk and other milks, but you chosen to give the child human milk from a human body. But then he was like, yeah, but if the person's vegan, technically the milk is vegan production.
Mm.
I don't think we're like that.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that cows' milk is obviously for baby cows, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's for baby cows.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. So humans are robbing cows.
This is what I'm trying to say. So all that protein, all them every chemicals it takes to raise a whole baby cow is not the same for a human. They don't really need it. So humans should drink human milk.
Okay. People drink goat milk.
Again, not necessary.
How do goats even produce milk?
How?
Yeah, because I just thought I want any animals that should produce milk are cows.
Why?
What business is a goat? Where does it come out from?
And humans.
From the stuff there.
From the bits.
Oh, dogs.
Dogs produce milk. Let me see
Like
it.
everybody. Like all the
All the animals produce milk.
yeah, I think so.
That's so disgusting.
Lactose.
People drink dog milk.
The mammals and that. Mm.
There's no way. This is not right. Dogs do not produce milk.
So when you see them feeding their puppies, they're feeding their litters. What do you think they're drinking? Water?
I thought we were putting milk in a little feeding bottle and they give the dogs.
No,
What
when
about
they're
before?
drinking it from the mum.
What about the dogs in the
Oh,
wild?
yes, because the mums have got breasts. Wow, so all human. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
This is
That's
tricky.
why everybody should drink their thing. So drinking human milk is not that bad, is what I'm saying to you.
I couldn't drink it. That's nasty.
But do you see the logic though?
I see the logic, but I'm annoyed because it sounds like I am actually ill. It sounds
There
like I'm
you
actually
go.
saying I could actually be agreeing with Iman in terms of human, but they're not though. Humans are not animals. Well, my human, I'm not.
It's mammals. All
Oh,
the mammals
yeah.
do this. Look, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Mm-hmm. So what makes us all the same group?
No, I'm not the same group as a dog. It's crazy.
We should just start drinking human breast milk.
First of all, you're like a dog with a bone. Just let it go. No one's signing up to. No one's agreeing with this point. Every time you brought this up, it's the sixth time you said that. We're not on it. Yeah, nah.
Because as a vegan, you could do that, innit?
Yeah, 100%.
But then doesn't the sauce have to be vegan though? Otherwise, you're drinking soya flavored milk.
I mean,
That don't count. Drinking milk with essence of oxtail. That's not it. That's so interesting though. Yeah, all right, well.
yes, I mentioned that because there's a you know that brand Oatly.
Yes.
Oatly, yeah. So basically, they were gonna build a factory here in the UK. It's gonna be their first UK factory,
Alright.
but they've confirmed they're not going ahead, man.
Right,
Yes,
land is too expensive.
probably. To be fair,
hear
probably.
that.
Yeah, it would have been good for the economy. It would have produced, created 200 different jobs and everything. But yeah, man, they've decided to pull out. Yeah, they actually said that the UK factory would have had the capacity to grow and produce up to 450 million litres per year using locally sourced oats. So it would have just really helped, you know what I'm saying? But the company, yeah, I pretty much said, nah, they've changed their mind. I'm not too sure the reason why, but if it's of interest to you people, I'll let you know. I remember the brand, I don't know why I said remember, but Shein,
Yes.
yeah, they're looking to file paperwork to potentially be on the stock exchange and stuff. So yeah, man, they're for potential a London share listing and things of that nature. The IPO, the initial public offering, could value the company at around $66 billion. So yeah, there's not much more to it, but just to say that obviously they're actually putting themselves out there and stuff like that. For those people who obviously know a bit about Shein, they have been linked before to some unethical business practices, including forced labor allegations and things of that nature. But it is what it is. Unfortunately, this is what happens. And the last thing I wanted to mention is just about some hacks that occurred over the weekend with Ticketmaster and also with Santander customers as well. With Ticketmaster, Live Nation, which owns Ticketmaster, they've confirmed that there was unauthorized activity on its database after a group of hackers said that they had stolen the personal details of 560 million of their customers. The group, which is claiming responsibility, they're known by the name Shiny Hunters. They say that the stolen data includes names, addresses, phone numbers, and partial credit card details from Ticketmaster. And they're basically demanding $500,000, which is about £400,000, as a ransom payment to prevent the data from being sold onto third parties and things of that nature. So yeah, that's that. So I'm not too sure if it helps if you change your password now, to be honest with you. But yeah, at least I guess the credit card details are somewhat encrypted. But yeah, names, addresses, everything's at risk, unfortunately. Similar thing with Santander. The hackers are attempting to sell what they're saying is confidential information belonging to millions of Santander staff and customers. They belong to the same people that hacked Ticketmaster as well. So yeah, the same group. So yeah, unfortunately, that's what's happening, man. And Santander, they've confirmed that data has been stolen. So it's not something that they're just putting out there. It's true. Santander has actually apologized for what it says is the concern this will understandably cause, and it is proactively contacting affected customers and employees directly. So yeah, man, hopefully this doesn't go into something crazy and mess up everybody. But in terms of the data that it has been stolen, apparently it's 30 million people's account details, 6 million account numbers and balances, 28 million credit card numbers, as well as HR information for staff as well. And Santander, regarding those specifics, haven't commented on the accuracy of those claims. But like I said, they have confirmed that data has been stolen. And that's it for the People's Journal.
What we do next?
Headlines.
Headlines, all right, thank you.
All right, people. So our last set of headlines, trigger warning on this one. Some sad news, and 4 boys aged 12, 13 and 2, aged 14 years old, have all been arrested on suspicion of rape. This is what Nottinghamshire police have said. They've since been released on bail with strict conditions. Police received the report that the unnamed teenage girl had been attacked in the early evening on the 25th of May on York Drive playing fields in Newark. Several people have helped the force with its inquiries, and the investigation is continuing to move at pace. This is what the Detective Inspector, Amy Revel, said. She also added that I want to again appeal to the local community and anyone who may have any information to please get in touch with us. Next headline takes us to South Africa, where last week we were talking about the elections. Well, the president, Cyril Ramaphosa, has admitted that his party, the ANC, African National Congress, have suffered a challenging election result after the party lost its majority for the first time since apartheid ended like 30 years ago. The ANC, once led by Nelson Mandela, won 159 seats in the 400-seat parliament in Wednesday's election, down from 230 in the previous assembly. Mr. Ramaphosa still described the results as a victory for democracy, calling on rival parties to find common ground, apparently preparing for his, coalition talks. The opposition, the DA, the Democratic Alliance Party, has said that it's open to coalition talks with him, but it opposes a number of his government's key priorities. With all the votes counted, the ANC finished on 40%, which is down from 58% at the previous election. And yeah, this was lower than the party's feared worst-case scenario of 45%. Imagine. So the ANC now must go into a coalition to form the next government. And the last headline is about Trump. And apparently, Trump has said that his historic trial and criminal conviction has been very hard for his wife. So last week, the jurors found Mr. Trump guilty of falsifying business records to conceal hush money payments made to former porn star Stormy Daniels during the 2016 presidential election campaign. With the verdict, he became the first US president to be convicted of a crime. He has repeatedly called the trial rigged and politically motivated. And in an interview with Fox News over the weekend, Mr. Trump vowed that the success at the upcoming November US election will be his revenge. He also said, she's fine, when referring to his wife, but I think it has been very hard on her. In many ways, it's tougher on them, as in his family, than it is on me, this way he went on to say. And in another interview published over the weekend, the woman at the heart of the New York case, the former adult film actress Stormy Daniels, said that she was shocked at how quickly the jury reached a verdict. And that's it for the headlines. Time to pay the bills.
All right, let's get into the reaction.
Did you watch the fights? Welcome to the reaction, people, where I read out the sports headlines for you. Obviously, we had a jam-packed fight weekend. Queensbury versus Matchroom, the 5v5. Was that the best boxing card ever?
I think so,
Swear to God.
I think so. Every single fight was sick, and every single fight could have been like a main event on another card, pretty much.
See, I was out. Obviously, I was watching the Champions League, and then I thought the place that I was at was showing the boxing. Rookies weren't showing it. So we was just trying to get our phone updates. I see at one point it was 3-0 to...
Yeah. You know what the score was at the end?
To Warren, innit?
Yeah.
No, what was the score at the end?
Basically 5-0.
No way.
It was 10-0. 10. Because you know you get double points for a knockout. You also get your captain gets 2 points as well. So his captain Hamza Shiraz, he won his got the 2 points, and obviously Wilder got knocked out by Zhang, and Hergovich got knocked out by Dubois. Complete shutout.
No way.
Yeah,
What? Just clean sweep.
clean. It was crazy.
Like,
Didn't expect it at all.
what was the fight of the night?
Ooh. Probably, I think the fight, it's tough. Like, I feel like you could almost put up nearly every one of those fights as potentially fight of the night. I would probably say Nick Ball and Raymond Ford. Ray Ford is my guy. I really want him to win. Sick boxer. He started off kind of slow, allowed Nick Ball to really get the momentum and everything like that. But then the second half of the fight, he came on strong, and the judges' decision was pretty accurate, to be fair. Could have gone either way. All three of them gave 115 to 113.
Okay.
So two of them gave 115 to 113 for Nick Ball and 115 to 113 to Ray Ford. And as a result, Nick Ball won and took Ray Ford's belt. That was his first defense. Ray Ford, he's sick, but to be fair, he shouldn't have been at that weight class anymore. He wanted to move up. From the last fight, when he won the belt, he was saying this is probably the last time at this weight cut, at this weight division. It's too tough for me, etc., etc. I'm going to move up. But I think when this opportunity came, he thought, you know what, I do want to defend my title at least once at that particular weight class. And unfortunately, he lost, man. But it was a sick fight. But yeah, Nick Ball, again, I knew he was going to come like proper and really, you know what I'm saying, like come to fight and try and, you know, take the belt, and he did, man. So kudos to him, man. But Ray Ford is a sick boxer. He's got a sick future ahead of him. Both of them do. Nick Ball is solid. And Nick Ball was robbed in his last fight against Ray Vargas. So that should have been a unified fight. Both of them should have come to the table with belts. So at least Nick Ball got his belt. And if they don't do a rematch, which I feel like people are calling for, Ray Ford's going to move up.
And what's knockout of the night?
Wilder, man.
Is Wilder done?
He's done. Is
that what you're screaming? Finished?
Yeah.
What was that, a fifth round knockout?
Yeah.
So
Fifth round.
what was happening into the rounds up to the knockout?
Zhang was dominated. Zhang dominated. Wilder didn't really get no shots off until like significant ones till like I think round 4 or round 5 even, when like clean shots to Zhang's like forehead, but it just didn't have the effect. Zhang kept coming forward. You know what I'm saying? And like Zhang probably knows his gas tank isn't the greatest, so he wanted to get Wilder out of there early, and he did the job, man. Like it was aggressive, but the thing is, it's the southpaws. Like when Wilder's coming up against solid southpaws, like Zhang, like Luis Ortiz as well. Luis Ortiz is my guy as well, but Luis Ortiz, he's old as well. You know what I'm saying? He was susceptible to the same punch, and every orthodox fighter is susceptible to that check right hook from a southpaw.
Yeah.
And that same thing messed up Wilder against Ortiz, but Ortiz didn't really capitalize and beat Wilder. But it was the same punch that got Wilder in trouble, man. Because his fundamentals aren't there. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows Wilder's got the punch power, but the fundamentals aren't there, man. And he just never saw that punch coming. And yeah, do you see the knockout?
I saw him like he got a bang, then he spun around,
around.
and then he just finished him. I said, oh, look at that.
I was looking at the crowd like, where did that come from? And then Zhang followed up and he was laid out, man.
Wilder's
it was
been
sad.
meaty anyway, man. I'm glad everyone can finally see it now. You get me? It's
Yeah.
people's times, man. He's been meaty, man. I'm sorry, man.
But it's not fair though, man, because remember, Wilder, he's never had the boxing fundamentals like proper, yeah. But the guy he's one of the most dangerous heavyweight fighters ever. Most heavyweight defenses, knocking everyone out. You have to respect him, man.
Yeah,
You
but he
have to.
fights a lot of wild lads as well.
Ortiz wasn't. Fury wasn't.
On his way there, man. You check his tail of the tape, man.
But yeah, man, I just feel like he was coming towards the tail end of his career anyway. Man's 38, I think. 39, maybe. 38, 39, which is kind of old for a boxer. You know what I'm saying? And we all know that them defeats to Fury took a lot out of him, I think. So, you know what I mean? He tried, man. Willie Hutchinson and Craig Richards. I was hoping Craig Richards would win. And to be fair, I think on paper, most people thought he would win. He's got the experience. He's a good fighter. Fought against Bivol, lost by 1 round. You know what I'm saying? On the judges' scorecard. He's got experience, lost to Boatsi. So he fought top opposition and come up short only by like a little bit. So, going into the fight, I picked Craig Richards, but Willie Hutchinson, he was hungry, man. He was hungry and he pretty much dominated the entire fight.
Really go all the way?
Yeah, he went all the way. But if you said he won 10 rounds out of 12, no one will argue with you. It was that dominating. Yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah, it just seemed like something was not right with him. Hamza Shiraz versus Austin Williams. Hamza Shiraz is just a superior boxer, to be fair. Austin Williams, I like him, though. I like his energy, but he's more athletic than a boxer, if that makes sense. He's got the boxing skills there, but the athleticism is what keeps him there, you know what I'm saying? And against somebody who's got a better boxing mind and better fundamentals, plus taller, much longer reach, yeah, he was going to beat Austin Williams, to be fair. Although Austin Williams hit him with a nice shot that made Shiraz buckle in round 4, I believe. But yeah, it was a good fight. Dubois and Hrgovic. Dubois, I have to put some respect on his name, you know. I have to, because I doubted him for a while. I doubted him. But he got Hrgovic out of there. he got him out of there. They stopped the fight.
What round?
What round is it? I can't remember. But he had a cut. Obviously, people talking about headbutts and everything. Dubois was definitely fighting with his head as well. But, as in physically. but in boxing, that's what happens sometimes. You have to be somewhat of a dirty fighter. And if the referee lets you get away with it, then he lets you get away with it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and Hrgovic just couldn't take the pressure. Hrgovic was talking a lot of smack prior to the fight, saying this guy, he hasn't got the balls, he ain't got the, you know what I'm saying, all sorts of stuff. And in the fight, it showed that Dubois did, man. And yeah, big up Dubois. Now people are saying potentially we may have a Dubois versus, or we should have a Dubois versus AJ fight. Because nobody wants to see AJ Wilder anymore. You know what I'm saying? Turki Al-Sheikh was trying to get the Wilder AJ fight happening. Obviously, if Wilder beats Zhang. But that's obviously, Wilder's done. Like, him fighting AJ.
Pointless.
Yeah. It will actually be cruel, I think. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Dubois, he's solid, man. I liked Dubois when I first saw him, like, years ago. But then I doubted him fully when he quit 2 times in a row against Joyce. Because I said to everyone, Dubois going to beat Joyce. I was completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? Joyce stopped him, messed up his eye, everything. And I just thought, nah, Dubois, I'm done with you. Then, obviously, fought Usyk, quit. In my opinion, anyway, he quit. But I started to gain some sort of, you know what I'm saying, something for him when he beat Miller in Saudi last time. And then beating Hrgovic now, I think he's definitely one of the top 5, top 6 heavyweights in the world now. He's proven it, you know what I'm saying? I think that's all of them except Bivol. Bivol also fought Malik Zinad. That was a good fight, man. That guy came to win as well. He came to, you know, mess things up. But Bivol adjusted, made some good adjustments during the fight, and then eventually got him out of there as well. But overall, every single fight was sick. Every single fight.
Every single fight. Shouts out Matchroom and Queensbury for a dope card.
They need to do more of them.
Right, and then only other sports headline we got for you is, well, I'm guessing you didn't take down none of the UFC. There was supposed to be a great night at UFC.
I missed it, you know.
Of course you did. Bias. Boy, Mbappe has made it official, man. He signed his contract to join Real Madrid, man. Free transfer. He's doing it. I saw a lot of talk online, this nonsense online about this is a terrible move. Why don't he care about his legacy? He could have gone to Liverpool or Arsenal or Bayern or something. What is this?
Marks.
What is this?
Marks, I don't know.
What has changed,
I
Brent?
don't understand. And it had a lot of retweets and stuff.
Yeah, because I don't know. There's a lot of people like, I don't know, man. It's a lot of like, I don't know, man. Sports is blurring because of TikTok and because of the internet. A lot of people are taking like stuff that like happens in different sports and then trying to get involved in football. So like NBA is big on that. NBA is big on legacies and what did you win and all this kind of stuff. And I think people are trying to make it translate into football. So they're trying to bring these different narratives and have these different conversations with footballers that people never really had before. There's these young kids going through Zidane and trying to talk about, was he ever this, is he, like just trying to, I don't know what they're doing, but this whole, bare people was buying into it. This, like it's a weak move, this move's weak. You get me? Like,
does it speak to the overall decline in football and talent? Because back in the day when you had the Ronaldinhos, you had talent all over the gaff. So you move into these particular clubs and whatnot, you can still build and leave a legacy off the back of that because there was craziness everywhere. But now it's just that person's the best. That person's the best. Why have you gone to the same team? Like, there's no competition there. Is that what it is?
oh no, you can look at it like that.
What didn't surprise me that he moved to Real Madrid. I mean, isn't Real Madrid the end goal for a lot?
For a lot of people. He's Mbappe. Where do you want him to go and play? What the hell do you want him to go and do?
And he tried that legacy thing with PSG, right?
Well, he did. He stayed there. He stayed there for long. You get me? He stayed in France. He done it in France. He's won stuff in France. Now it's time to move on. It's Real Madrid. Like, he's Mbappe. Where do you want him to, like, what do you want him to do? I don't understand.
To say that Messi never had a legacy because he was part of the best football club, like, in the world for a long time. That makes no sense, right?
No, not really. What, they won't hold it against Messi because he was from the club or something? Or what? I don't know.
It's a weird discussion.
It's a crazy take. Real Madrid usually get the best players. You get me? Especially when you're dealing with man in Europe. You get me? Like, it's just even if they go and they do another move to another big club, it's usually just a stepping stone. If you're that level of player, that's usually the dream. Like, if you're that level of player.
That's the same argument that United used to use, right? Because best team in the world coming to United means you're fulfilling your dream, right?
Yeah.
It used to be that. So I understand the Real Madrid.
It's similar. It's still similar. It's like, obviously Madrid's bigger than United. You get me? But for like English folk, still like the pinnacle. You get me? Like playing for United, it's probably not the ideal dream at the moment, just because you get me. It's just been a little torrid time. But I mean, it's still that. And like I'm saying, man, United can still be seen as a stepping stone for Madrid. Do you get what I'm saying?
Crazy,
so,
right?
Yeah, it's mad. Craziness. So I don't understand where they're coming from and how they're moving like this, but I feel like it's only right. You get me? To go wear the white kit, Kylian.
To me, it makes so much sense.
Makes perfect sense to me. Go and do your thing, man.
Yeah. Let's just say he didn't go there. Where else do you think he would go? Where the sporting question may be like, yeah, I see it.
So you're going to say I'm being stupid, but the only other place he could have went was United. Just because of the history, the weight of the badge and the weights of the clubs. Like, Mbappe's a top boy. You got to do top boy things. And obviously, like, United is not the top club it was at the moment, but you need a top boy that could bring it back to glory. Then it all fits the narrative with the same.
I hear your take. But out of the clubs that currently exist in the Premier League, right? If he goes to one of these clubs and performs, which club would you actually say, they've got a fair chance to not only win the league, but basically look to challenge in the Champions League? Right now.
I think he's so good, any of them.
Is that how you get out of this question?
Yeah. Mbappe is so cold, he goes to any of them. They make them instant challengers.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. You're saying if he goes to Tottenham, he makes them instant challengers?
Are we counting Tottenham in?
I said any club in the Premier League. You said any of them. If he goes to any of them, he makes some challenges. So I'm going through a couple of them.
Yeah, if he goes Ipswich. Yeah, no, that's it, man. This is my story, man. Mbappe comes, it's different.
Never mind. I'm right. I appreciate you anyway.
All right, cool, man. That's the end of our sports news, man. Let's get into Out Ere.
When did the Euro start?
About 2 weeks. I'll do a show on Friday. What's that? 16th. Yeah, we're hosting an event on the 16th. I don't know if that's the first round. So definitely that couple of weeks. So.
Looking forward to it?
Yeah, man. Euro season, baby. Go get some
I'm
kits.
I'm looking forward to that constant football, to be honest.
Yes, every day, innit?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Let's get into it, man.
Good teams too.
Let's do it. All right, let's get into Dana Air. Such strong Nigerians. Dana Air. Basically, I don't know what Talk TV done, but I want to see it.
Tell you this, you all know this, Michael, you've been on enough royal tours. There's no way our royal family would set foot in Nigeria, a country where female mutilation, genital mutilation is rife, where women's rights basically don't exist, where hundreds of kids are regularly kidnapped by extremist Islamic groups. This is not a country that should be endorsed by anyone, certainly not our royal family. And these two neophytes, they're naive in what they're doing. They're making this country look good when it doesn't deserve it.
I couldn't tell you the number of royal tours I've been on, and what you say is absolutely right. You know, Nigeria, the Foreign Office and the American State Department both say it's a dangerous destination. You must not go there. It vies with Johannesburg in South Africa to be the murder capital of the continent. And you and I know that in that country, there's industrial scale boiler rooms of people who are ripping off people around the world, internet fraud, wholesale internet fraud, defrauding old ladies, stealing identities, and none of that is ever prosecuted. Now, as we know, there he is on his polo pony playing in favor of one of his African charities. As we know, Prince Harry came back and said this country was not safe enough for him. He took his father's government to court over it. Eventually, a judge slapped him down and said he couldn't have a permission to appeal. Otherwise, he would have appealed. Now, he's gone to that country there where it's an extremely dangerous place. He had, admittedly, 4 burly bodyguards with him, but how he can maintain that the level of armed protection for him when he's in this country. And when we saw him here last week, he had very, very adequate protection.
Just keep going.
They want to be adored and
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's false.
Mania.
Do you know what's false about it? Queen Elizabeth can't go to Nigeria. Well, obvious reasons. King Charles can't go to Nigeria. Camilla cannot go to Nigeria. William can't go to Nigeria. But you know who can?
Harry.
Diana's son. Harry can go. Because you know one thing about Nigerians? Nigerians love Diana. They had a great time when they were in Nigeria. So I don't know what that man's talking about. Harry's always welcome in Nigeria.
Oh, so why are you saying everyone can't go? Because Nigerians don't want them?
No, because they're linked to, well, allegedly, well.
So he made a few claims, right? Are any of these claims things that you would say, Manuel, about your own country?
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm saying it.
Oh, only it depends. I would say it though, depending on the context though. I wouldn't say it and just leave it there. Like Nigeria is like one of the greatest countries, if not the greatest country, with the most potential in all of Africa. That's a fact. There's a reason why people from every country is going to Nigeria to invest and to do certain things in Nigeria. But they've left that out.
So is that a fact?
That's 100% a fact. The economy is booming in Nigeria.
What?
Yeah, in terms of, sorry.
Because you've been on here talking the opposite.
Sorry, yeah.
First of all, can you imagine?
I'm just talking about in terms of like their growth and things like nature. Like when you compare to like some of the economies in the world, of course the currency and some of the other things is horrible in Nigeria. Same thing in Ghana, same thing in other countries, right? But in terms of the growth and potential of Nigeria, it's a fact.
When you
it's
say
the
that
reason why China are going there. It's the reason why the Lebanese
Yeah,
are
when you
going
say
there.
there's a reason why, it's because our governments are selling our rights to these people.
No, but it's also because of the fertile soil that's there. Like you can go there and start things and change your life.
Yeah, but it's not pouring positive. Like the locals and stuff are not benefiting from all that all that stuff. So if them going there, the reason is because they can take advantage. That's not a good reason to go there. But everything the man said is true. I'm just not trying to hear from white lips.
Yeah, but remember, it's not just that they can go there and take advantage. We as black people, we as Nigerians, we can go back and do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can, but we don't.
What were some of the
That's what I'm
claims
saying
made,
to you.
Brent?
Because it's made
I
harder for
remember.
us by the government. Good. I ain't trying to hear from Trinidadian lips either.
I'm tapping out on this one. Let the Nigerians in the room speak.
That's
Listen,
true.
The man said what he said in it, but I just think, but he's laced with racism, so it automatically it's got to be deleted.
And plus, you can say this about any country, though. You can do that about not exact those same claims, but you can say any like negative things about any country. You can do the same thing about here. If we wanted to trash England, we could do the same thing very easily. You know what I'm saying? So it's very convenient for you to just start talking about, the Islamic extremists, this, that, and the third. Shamima Begum didn't leave Nigeria. We know where she left. You know what I'm saying? So let's put things in context and not try and moralize over people. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
I'll be honest with you. I hear you, but I think this is also part of why Nigeria's in the situation it is. Nigerians are very delulu. And we don't like to call things as facts. And so things never get fixed because we always want to see the best in things, but things are really bad.
It is
Well,
bad.
you just
And
said
we
the
spoke about
economy is booming.
No. In terms of the potential and the
Wow,
growth,
okay.
you know what I'm saying? Because remember, for the last 5 to 10 years, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa had some of the biggest economies in the world. You can Google that. You know what I'm saying? But obviously they've gone through certain things.
Brent is
Inflation.
Googling.
As you should. You know what I'm saying? In terms of potential, 100%. Like if you look at index funds and things of that nature, the ones that are doing well are the ones that are based in those countries in Asia and Africa, where there's a lot of startups and tech and things of that nature. That's where people are making their money. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of, like Esther's saying, on the ground, the people there, of course they're feeling it. Inflation is crazy. And the governments are making poor decisions.
I feel like potential doesn't count when the reality is different. Because Nigeria's had potential since its inception. At what point do we stop looking at the potential and actually just
No, but I'm saying it's not
drag
just
people for
the
what
potential's
they're
there,
doing?
100%. But in terms of actually the economy, remember prior to COVID, this is why I said like last 5 to 10 years. Like I said, Ghana and Nigeria were some of the, if I'm not mistaken, top 10 biggest economies, growth-wise, in the world.
Brent?
All right, so I typed in. Let me know if I typed it in right, Emmanuel, because I want to be able to help you here.
All right.
Over the last 5 years, which African countries have had the most economic boom? Did I type that in right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
All right. Over the past 5 years, this is the response. Past 5 years, several African countries have experienced significant economic growth, driven by various factors such as investment in infrastructure, diversification of economics, and improvements in the business environment. Here are some of the countries that have seen the most notable economic booms: Senegal, Niger, Rwanda, Cote d'Ivoire. Did I say that right?
Yeah,
Cote d'Ivoire.
All right. Democratic Republic of the Congo, Libya, Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, and Benin.
Okay.
Yeah, he must have meant 11th. They was 11th.
Wait a minute. You don't know I like facts.
If
So
you
wait a
search top
minute.
20, Nigeria might not even show up in top 20.
Wait a minute.
Don't Google anymore.
Let me get my facts. If I don't find it now, hold on a second. If I don't find it now, I'm gonna put it in the Discord. So people join the Discord so you can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Did you mention Ghana in that, Brent?
No.
All right then.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to find it.
I'll find it.
No, I mean, like, but what you find is not going to be what you said you were going to find. I don't think you're going to find it.
All right.
What he said was facts. And I think,
It's going to find an
very,
article with a headline in Nigeria in it.
I mean, like, see, I told you.
I can see.
It's a fact.
It's like Nigeria. Bustling
Great nation.
Yeah, great nation.
Like I told you, facts. Yeah, man. I'll be honest, Nigerians are very delulu, man. I feel like when we start calling shit out for what it is, I feel like then we can start having changes. But unfortunately, people call, it's like when Trump called, what did he call Nigeria again? A shithole.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Trump called Nigeria a shithole, yeah. And people were like acting confused, like, oh my gosh, how could he say that? But I was like, but it is sometimes.
Wait, okay, watch this, yeah. This is on LinkedIn. This is an article that was put out. This is as of 2024. I want to get the source so you guys can see it for yourself.
Yeah, I can't say going to LinkedIn to get articles like me going to TikTok to get your facts. That's wild.
But basically, they've ranked the biggest economies in Africa, right? And number one is Egypt. This is based on GDP, right? Second is Nigeria, $390 billion.
That's a different question, though.
What's talking about?
You said the last 5 years, the
5
amount
to
of
10 years, yeah.
economic growth.
Yeah.
You said the potential, right?
Yeah.
Now you're saying what's the largest economies?
Yeah, but it's linked as well. Like how do you have a big economy with no growth?
No, because you mentioned the
It's
last.
based on GDP as well.
Let me stop talking.
No, you can talk. You can.
If it's based on GDP, of course that speaks to it as well.
Never mind.
Nah, but just because I give you Nigerian permission to talk. You have this permission from a Nigerian queen. Go ahead.
I feel it's a different
It is.
question because
Yeah.
he specifically said over the last 5 years, right?
5 to 10 years, I said, yeah.
Emmanuel.
I didn't say 5 to 10 years. Mark, you heard me say 5 to 10 years. I know you heard me.
At a point.
This is what I'm
But
saying.
I even
I don't know if that's how you
But he
ended it. I don't know
actually
if that's how you
clarified
ended
when
the
he
chat.
Googled. Yes, he clarified.
When I put into ChatGPT, is this
Yeah.
okay? And
No,
you
but I
said
also
yes.
said 5 to 10 years. And
Yeah, but you
and-
should have
and
corrected
remember,
that so we could check. Because 5 years and 10 years is very different.
And you should really
Very
be
different
taking
timeline.
the most recent, right? Surely.
Absolutely, that's the most relevant.
Right?
And as of last week, when the president was changing the national anthem and not sorting out the cost of living crisis, people wanted to jump him. He was on the verge of being jumped. So
All right, cool.
I think Nigerians need to call Nigeria for what it is, and that will bring about the right emotions that will make people get the change that needs to happen. But as long as we keep getting offended by people stating, unfortunately, what is the realities of where we're from, it's all a waste of time, man. So, but obviously he had racist lips, so he's still done out here.
Well, E-Man says that his statements are a lie and the economy is booming. Esther says that every word he spat is true. Just doesn't want to hear it from him.
Yeah, not from racist lips.
Not from racist lips.
I'll say it though, and I do.
So who's done it here then?
The man is racist. He is though, because he's lying. The other royals have been to Nigeria. Like they're moving as though like Nigeria's been so bad that none of white people went there. Nah, that was a whole. Didn't Daryl give us some facts the other day about them using them as ports and whatnot for slavery and da-da-da-da? Like
White
they can't
people-
act as though they haven't had impact on that. They do.
White people don't really do Nigeria like that though, innit?
No, they do. You know.
Is it? Like how they do like Barbados and Jamaica?
Not
and
not
that?
like how
Not
they
like-
love them. Oh,
They don't do that, do
They
they?
don't- they-
Is
they
there
don't- they
African
don't love-
country? Is there African country that they do like that?
South Africa.
South Africa. You should have been more specific. You said the east, west, or north. Yeah, that's the only place they do like that.
They do.
They might have. Yeah, between the Caribbean and South Africa, I don't know which one they love more. I think it's still the Caribbean. White people love the
I don't think you'd
Caribbean.
have to be white and love South Africa, man. It just don't feel right. Like, if you're from there, then cool. Hey, you fight. You get me? But
Yeah, they love the Caribbean there. White women love they love the Caribbean.
Apparently, Gambia, Kenya, Tanzania.
Ooh, actually,
Tanzania.
Kenya might be a shot, you know.
I want to get Kenny from Amsterdam.
They're bare ones that go there and collect babes.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I saw some video where I don't know. It was like it was encouraging white tourists to come over and
Just take babies.
yeah, like sex tourism stuff. I think that was what it was. Can't remember. Allegedly.
Someone said something that I wanted to read. It was FN. FN said, yeah, basically said that Nigeria's a Commonwealth country, so royals have been there. Yeah, exactly. So that he's chatting shit with racism. Royals have definitely been there. But anyway, Meghan and Harry are very welcome, and I heard they had a lovely, lovely, wonderful time. And I heard people let him know how much they loved his mum. So, you know, direct sources on that.
Oh yeah, if there's safari there, yeah, Kenya, it must be Kenya. If there's safari
love
there,
safari.
then white people love safari. the chance to put on that hat.
Sun hat.
The Indiana Jones thing, you know what I mean?
Is that tantamount to the MAGA hat?
What, the Indiana Jones hat?
Yeah. I've seen them in that particular
Attire.
Do you scream, ha? You just want to whip.
I get what you're saying.
I don't know what the association is, but every time I see that, and when they put their feet on lions' heads and stuff,
Maybe generational
do
PTSD.
that.
Because you know,
I just see racist for
because
some
you know
reason.
PTSD from slavery can be passed in your DNAs and stuff. I think that's where you got. I don't know where you're coming from with this one.
Maybe.
It actually could
if
I'm
you want to
racist,
kill a
though.
lion and stand on his head and take the picture, you're racist.
In my head, there's association. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't
know
care.
why. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's some kind of PTSD.
Maybe, but you can't want to do that to the lion and just stand on his head and take the picture.
Because the line in it says king of the jungle. And I'm like, no, I'm not king of this jungle. I killed your ass.
It's just, I don't know.
That
man.
sounds racist, actually.
It's given.
It must be difficult to be white. Anyway.
and also those fox hunters.
Oh yeah, but they were
When I see them in
racist.
uniform too, racist.
They were racist before they were foxing hunts. They were racist even when they're not hunting foxes. All right, Talk TV's racist. Done it, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Let's get into our outro.
Please. All right, people. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it every single time. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that great stuff. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and on Discord, The Day After TNB. Also, if you want to send your dilemmas in, you can stop by www.thenewblack.com/TDA, and then you can drop your dilemmas in there. What else? If you want to call us when we're live on air, the number is 075-6484-1073. It is best to call via WhatsApp in case your signal, your network is not giving. Also, if you want to inquire about the show or feature on the show, our email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. Have a great Monday and a great start to June. And we'll see you guys here tomorrow.
Peace.
Bye.